This is bigger, better, and crazier. Yo, we had so much information having at one time that some things went down, but we're back up and we're going right into gameplay. Okay, we explained what's going on. 61 nations, 7 regions, chance to go to Sweden. There's a lot. Yeah, Nate, what are we watching right now?
You got Turkey versus Germany. Who could forget the former? That big bucket at the end of season 1. It's all to play for to get things started. We said big games from the onset. Early lead. It's only 3 points heading on in to halftime.
Yep, as you can see it right now, and that team was crazy with Jamboy and Tanzu and all of them here, but right now they're going against a very star German team. 16-13, as you see right now, bringing up the ball, trying up there. Oh, miss again, a rebound going down for TeQia.
Tell you what about that court? We're going to be talking about the unis as well. Let us know in the chat your favorites. You ain't seen a court like that in real life. You can only get it in eFIBA Season 2.
Absolutely, absolutely beautiful, as you see. 𝐂𝐄𝐂 trying to take it around, and then seeing ahead the one and only Rennie trying to basically survey the court, taking it from downtown, stroking it green. That's a 3-pointer, 19-13.
Yes, please, goodness knows people have had their shooting woes so far in 2K24. If you picked it up, whether you're playing retail version, something else, that's all we got at the moment. It's going to be the same story for a while. Don't get into a shooting slump. You make your first, your second, goodness knows. You're set for a big game. You miss just 1 or 2, Vince. We've seen some incredible looking box scores.
Exactly. Again, it takes a lot of practice. And the one thing, oh, missing that great little scoop. And the one thing, Nate, I want you to break down is that every federation has the same amount of time when it comes to having this game. Because at the end of the day, we have to realize is that you got to become a professional when it comes to eFIBA and when it comes to esports. And this is basically puts everyone on the same playing field. How did you feel about the new updates to NBA 2K24?
I tell you what, not even just 2K24, but the rules set. I'm going to try and be that guy for this tournament. I've got the document. I've been reading through like it's my daily devotional because the rules fit. We've got a proper league, and you're spot on in terms of those that adjusted the game to get started. It's what we like. We have it soon after release. What are we? Almost exactly 1 month. As you say, Vince, everyone's had it the same amount of time. We're all figuring out some things. We've been figuring out the best builds as well. We're looking forward to chatting with some of these players and seeing exactly what builds they're using.
Exactly. I mean, we got true point guards, true small forwards, true shooting guards, all of them. A nice little spin around, ending the quarter. As you see, Turkey 23-13. As you see, that lineup is insane. And everyone's saying they're the team to beat. As you see, 𝐂𝐄𝐿 coming out with 3 points, 1 assist, 7 rebounds. But also Germany got to go to 𝐂𝐄𝐿. Even this guy's doing some work. 4 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. I mean, what does Germany need to do to get back in this game, Nate?
They'll score more than 2 points in a quarter, to be quite frank with you. A 15-2 second quarter in favor of Turkey. We only got to come in towards the end there, and I was looking, being like, that can't be right. It is. Germany in a massive scoring slump as we enter the third.
All right, let's see if they can end that drought. As you see, Jamboy, one of the most clutch players that I voted when it comes to NBA 2K24 with eFIBA Season 1, having 2 buzzer beaters. And again, another miss, but right now, good outlet pass to Germany. Let's see if they can avert here.
Feet on the inside, and I'll tell you what, through in if you wanted it. Head on back to your corner. The core power forwards, I'll tell you what, you're there to space and not much else. This time, you get to go inside. Costa. Still inside again. They're going to time it out. Worried about 3 in the key. When you spin inside in 2K24, I tell you what, the contests from behind are not consistent whatsoever, nor would you want them to be. The confidence lacking a bit there for Germany.
Yeah, but right now they got to come together and see if they can take out basically the defending champs of Turkey. Good ball movement right now. Coming up for the point guard. Nice little mid-range. That's what I like to see. I'm a midi man myself. Definitely taking advantage of stroking that green.
When the 3-pointer isn't going, when you're not finding it, and we know that for certain with only 2-point score in the second, the 3-ball was not working for Germany. There's nothing wrong with taking a little mid-range. We're used to the rim running maybe, but 2K's past here. Got a bit more time. Stop, prop, find your spot, get that space. Very sensible play.
Like that. Stop, drop, find your spot. I just see point guard Rennie definitely surveying the lane. A nice little stop and pop, but unable to convert. But then a big rebound by Turkey. Passing out Jamboy. As you know, he's deadly behind the arc, trying to cross, looking at, but then getting the cookies stolen. Get that man some milk. He wants some dessert.
Doesn't get it. O-board, however, and then thrown away. That is painful. In transition, who wants it? A step inside will mess up the timing. I say you want your mid-range. That's just a deep 2 on the follow-up. Tidy up. Turkey restore their 10-point advantage.
I gotcha. Real quick episode rundown when it comes to the rosters. Turkey has Rennie, Jamboy, 𝐂𝐅_𝐻𝐿, Love Battle Dead, and 𝐂𝐄𝐄 the Problem. And Germany has Jane BK, Miko Crazy, 𝐅𝐎𝐋𝐋𝐎𝐖, 𝐿𝐵, and JLB2K. All these teams are ready to play 25-18, 2:58 left in this quarter. And I'm gonna let you guys know, everybody plays each other one game. It's not a round robin, best of 3. That's gonna happen later on in eFIBA Season 2. But as of right now, you got one shot to take out your opponent. And see, Rennie's time for the alley-oop. Oh, baby! Another slammer jammer, and slammer jammer is coming this season for sure.
The opener for Vince, the first of many, I'm sure we'll get another top 10 Slammer Jammer compilation happening, no doubt. The first of many. It's never a nice feeling. You see that dunked on popped up there in your top right, like, fam, I was trying to do the right thing. I was trying to contest. Nothing you can do with an alley-oop of that quality.
Oh, man, great time. And again, there are a lot more things coming up with this brand new game, but a good putback by the big fella. As you can see, they're inching back. It's now 27-20, a 7-point lead. Isn't that comfortable? I think Germany is finding their groove, Nate.
Particularly in a low-scoring game, as we have in the chat. Austria 42 up against Albania. This is the discrepancies, the differences you're going to see at the start of the game. Goodness knows, we're glad that teams can remain through. No teams out of the contention by any means after match day 1.
Exactly. Everyone has a chance, but I'm telling you, we just started. Again, we got 55 games I'll be playing all through this day. Go to eFIBA.basketball to keep track of all scores and what's going on with your respectable federation, because we will be bouncing around to different games. But as you know, this is a tight game right here, 27-22, 5-point. Again, Germany gets another steal. Fast break as it's showtime. Pump fake, lose your feet, baby. That's how you put the defender in your air. That's how you crawl right down that lane.
You got to like the poise after a little bit of frustration. Is that a man having just collapsed on that screen? Collapsed, to put it mildly. It looks so solid. It might have been a flop. I tell you what, I might have to clip that and have a look a little bit later, or maybe in the chat. Was that a flop? Was that a man getting absolutely ruined on the screen?
Oh, man, but that was amazing. Here we go. Another steal? What is going on here? I can tell you, they got to take care of the ball, and they're going for a sub. But, man, either team can't take care of the rock, but it's still 32-24. Germany now taking it down. As you see, Jay's taking it up, surveying the land. Big fella may do a nice little handoff. Great teamwork here. Nice little cross-tween. Cross. Oh, got about 9 seconds left in that shot clock. Good way down the lane, but real unselfish. Are they going for a nice little teardrop off the backboard and couldn't convert, but a great offensive rebound by Germany.
We'll just keep it running. Grab the O board and go again. All of a sudden, Germany with plenty of momentum. Space time. Shot is open, but shot does not go down. Would have been massive for Germany there. Turkey at the other end. Decent screen. Going to the corner. Leaves the space inside. The confidence not there to shoot that ball. He'll take up the second attempt. Just waiting. Don't worry about confidence. Nothing to do with it. Just wanted a better look.
And that looked pretty good to me. A great downtown 3 by Turkey, 35-24, ending in 2, going to the 4th quarter. As you can see, if they're going to get the last shot, but could not convert. As you can see, definitely an amazing rally by Germany. They're not giving up on this game, and Turkey got some work to do to make sure they can take this win.
Really would have liked to have seen the 3 taken with takeover activated. That's why you got it towards the end of the shot clock. I'll tell you what else we got. Plenty of hands in there, plenty of plucks in transition. Turkey, there's the exclamation point, literally, to make it a 14-point lead.
Beautiful, 14 points. But like I said, this season is more dynamic. So if you are watching on Twitch, we're going to put a poll. We want to know what team you want to see. Where do you want to go? We got so many different federations competing to try to get to that final. And we want to see where you guys really want to put your effort to. So again, we got so many matches today. Let me know which country and what federation you want to see next right there in the poll. The more we get, and then we're going to go there.
You see those comments talking about the other games you're interested in? Bring them on, let us know. Community first always. I'll tell you what, maybe Germany should be asking the chat what to run on offense, what to do on defense, because Turkey are running away with it here. 17 points in the context of this game. Is there any way back for Germany?
Maybe. We never know when it comes to NBA 2K24. But the one thing I do know is that they can't give up. All right, they still got some more games that's happening. As you see, Germany getting the inbound, trying to find the guard, crossing it up right there. That's JLB 2K. All right, giving up, losing the basket. Oh, I think that was a foul. Yup. Now, no turnover. A foul on Turkey. 41-24. 3:53 left in this quarter. Let's see what they can do in this conversion.
So you say that there's got to play all the way through to the end, Vince. There's a little a booster, certain type of booster that you might be keen on to make sure you are playing all the way through to the end. We didn't get the chance to have that chat. In fact, you told me I'd get to. And then, oh, what a coincidence. Things go down as soon as I'm about to launch into it. It's a bit of a conspiracy.
I don't think it's a conspiracy, but you know what? If you want to talk about the boosters, you can briefly. I mean, we have a couple of minutes left in this quarter, and with those scare boosters, they do add a point to the leaderboard. And you know what, Nate? I'm going to let you break it down really fast. A couple of boosters, but good! Miss slam! Oh, couldn't get that alley-oop. But yeah, what about these skill boosters, Nate?
Please, skill boosters, baby. That's right. You're not just playing for points in your games. You've got little objectives, if you like, to make sure you can get some extra points. It's why Germany, in particular, need to be playing all the way through to the end. There is 1 point per skill booster, 1 point per skill booster, rather, per game week. So you can't duplicate, you can't add them up. But if you do get all 4, you get an additional point, so you'll get all 5. If that makes sense, 1 point for 1 skill booster, 2 for 2, 3 for 3, but 5 points. If you can get all 4, it means there's something to play for all the way through to the very end.
Oh, exactly. But you know what? We're going to get in real detail. I got some new people coming in on Twitch, and this is going to be the skill. It's a lot different. As you see, you got to achieve one of these 8, or maybe all of these 8, but it's only going to be 4 at a time for each week. Scoring 100 points or more, conceding 30 points or less, achieving a triple-double, having an assist point ratio of 35%. And I want you to take over the next couple of skill boosters, Nate.
Which again, just the first 4 for now, but looking ahead later, you're making your 15 3-point shots, recording 4 blocks or more, recording 15 steals per game, or winning against an opponent with 10 or more points on the overall leaderboard. So going forward, depending on who you're playing against, depending on that sort of match scenario, you're going to have to play a little bit different if you want those extra points. They're in focus though, Vince, your 4 for today.
Exactly. And as you said, there's a lot to be done, and if you achieve these, you can get an extra couple more points on that leaderboard. And I also said this is a more dynamic season, so we're going to be bounced around to different games. But it's going to say another thing is that there's a total of 8 skill boosters, all right? And not only 4 will be achievable each game day. And ladies and gentlemen, it's just a little tricky, okay? But the one thing I do know is that most people really may concentrate on trying to get those extra points. As you just saw, Turkey versus Germany. Turkey obviously going to come out on top, and then that may put them higher in the leaderboard. But if you can get with those skill boosters, then they basically can get a little higher. As you see right here, you see 24 points if you're in the first place, but then if you add a skill booster, then you can jump. And I want you to break it down for me, Nate, when it comes to Nation 3 and Nation 4.
Have a look there, looking at results. You won 3 games, cool. So you're ahead of the nation that won 2. It's nice and straightforward. But wait, friends, in Nation 3, no skill booster points. Nation 4 completed all 4 objectives to get that 5 bonus points. It would mean they overtake them on that leaderboard. These skill boosters are all important.
Oh, real important. And I got somebody in the chat saying Austria scored 104 points already.
Woo!
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, skill booster is there. All right. Going back to the game, as you see, Turkey 47-28. It's just a minute 16 left in the quarter. I think it's safe to say the reigning champs are keeping their crown, Nate.
Well, hey, conceding 30 points or less is one of the objectives. A minute to play for Germany to try and break free of that grasp Turkey have over them. Turkey are looking good for at least one of those skill booster points.
I gotcha. I love seeing them. I love seeing it. And they don't give up. I mean, Tanzu, the captain of Turkey, definitely knows how to rally these troops. He has a very talented team. But you know what? He may not be the king of the kingdom anymore. And I'm only saying that because the amount of talent that we have for this season when it comes to eFIBA Season 2. And another reminder, anyone out there, if you are watching and you're trying to find out other information on teams, go to eFIBA.basketball as soon as you can to get all that information. Now, Nate, how do you feel about Turkey watching them live like this?
I was a little bit surprised after that first quarter that things were so level. No disrespect to Germany at all, but we know we've got our favorites, the secret little favorites, or at least looking at the form guide, looking at the passion, the players taking it seriously. We're going to be talking about the professionalism of some of these teams in particular. They've got gaming houses going, teams with multiple coaching, different assistants, different staff members. USA, we'll get to you a little bit later. Here in Europe, there are some nations absolutely going all out to make sure they are that team representing their region in Sweden.
Absolutely. And also another thing is that if you're watching live and you want to post anything, we do got hashtags. Hashtag eFIBA, hashtag eFIBA finals, and hashtag eFIBA qualifiers, all right? That's eFIBA when it comes to finals and qualifiers. We also want to know your opinions all over social media, so please follow us on X, also known as Twitter, when it comes to YouTube, when it comes to Twitch, and of course, Instagram. Running on the clock, this is a it's basically not a competition, but it was a competition. I have to admit, I got to give it to Turkey. They definitely showed out why they're the #1 team, but definitely a low-scoring game for a powerhouse scoring team.
Just getting used to it, getting used to shooting particularly. We've seen that over 100 points can be scored. Goodness knows how many other games are going to pop up to see teams really going for it throughout the end. High-scoring, low-scoring events, I don't think they'll worry too much if those frustrating pro-am dancers, I know I'm always on the end on, are anything to go by. They've got the win to start things off.
Okay, now 55 games are going to be played today. As I said before, we got a lot more competition that's going to be, because right there, I know Albania, Austria is going on, Lithuania and Portugal had a game, Estonia and the Netherlands, Germany and Turkey, Great Britain, Ukraine, Greece, Poland, Finland, Switzerland are going to happen right after Greece and Poland. So as of right now, there are 6 main games happening. Again, Albania, Austria, Great Britain, Ukraine, Lithuania, Portugal, Greece, Poland, Estonia, the Netherlands, and Germany, Turkey. As you saw, they just came out on top. Man, now, I want to just really let them break down as well, because this is going to be the first time we're going to have an in-person finals. And where's it going to be again? Because I don't know if you could pronounce it right. Where's it going to be, Nate?
Sweden, mate. Jönköping? We've been trying like 50 times to get it right. I apologize. If I am fortunate enough to get over there myself, you can put me right. What about you, Vince? You want to give it a crack?
And I can do it now. Jönköping. Okay? I practiced it because I'm a little Asian, the Jamaican Chinese, and I actually put it phonetically if I was speaking Mandarin instead of Danish. So it actually helped me a lot.
Nicely played. Nicely played. I needed a little device to get there because Sweden, at the moment, that's as good as I can do.
Sweden, okay. But like I said, with all these teams, 61s are our nations, it's going to be broken down into different finals. And also, only a few of them will be going to that final, that world final, with the chance of winning 50,000 euros. Now, let's go to the chat really quick. All right, we had a vote and we had a poll. Which country you want to see now out of the teams I just said? And I'm pretty sure we're going to start another round of matches again. But don't forget Albania, Austria, Lithuania, Portugal, Estonia, the Netherlands, Germany, Turkey, Great Britain, Ukraine, Greece, Poland. Also, right behind there, Finland, Switzerland, Italy, Serbia, Israel, Luxembourg, Slovakia, Spain, Croatia, Sweden. Who would you like to see? Let me see those flags.
Thought you were asking me for a moment. I'm like, can we please get the community in, get the chat in, and let them decide? They were very vocal in that round one. And of course, friends, it's because we've got 6 different groups. We're going to have a lot going on at once. The European region is massive. We had to do it slightly differently to make it fair, make sure everybody got their opportunity as we head on into match day 2. Plenty of rounds, plenty of games left to put things right for the likes of Germany.
All right, but now I just found out what we're going to watch. We're going to watch France and Poland. France and Poland, another group that's going to be, because also they still have Belgium, the Netherlands, also Austria, Portugal, Montenegro, Turkey, Cyprus, and Ukraine. But we're going to go to France and Poland. I already know one of the top players there, Breaking the Beast, is definitely representing what he's supposed to do with his country. With Poland, I'm not exactly sure how strong they're going to be. Just as like a blank overview, Nate, who you think may come out on top?
So France is clearly your favorite, and I hope that any of our Polish friends in the chat won't be hating on old Nate PTK too early. We want to call it like it is. And of course, when we're talking about upsets later in the day, that's a great chance to be like, Nate said France was the favorite. Poland came out on top quite comfortably. You can get in the chat, get voting for your little upset of the day. But for now, going on what I can, doing the research that I've done, France go in, I want to say about margin of 20, 30 point favorite.
But now I just got in right now. Croatia, Sweden. That's where we're going to go really fast, okay? Croatia, Sweden. This is going to be a nice match. 43-31 again. Kind of think about like red zone when it comes to, I don't know if I can say it to get in trouble, but we're going to get like the hottest games right now. As you can see, the captains are right there to the left and right for this match. 43-31. I could say this is a tough one. 3 minutes left in the quarter. Let's see if there can be an upset here.
Wouldn't mind it at all. I know what you meant. I won't repeat the term just in case, Vince. As you said, we're trying to play it a little safe, I guess. But what my esteemed co-host means, the host, the main dog, is that we are jumping around, goodness knows, with all the games, and this being very much a community-led season. If you really are spamming it, and I don't mean like repeatedly one person, if there's a bunch of people all asking for the same thing, our wonderful team here behind the scenes, more than happy to action those changes, jump around, make sure maybe we're getting towards the end of a game, maybe it's a slight blowout, and we hear that there's just something we got to see in another game. Get into the chat, let us know.
All right, as I said, you are now watching Croatia and Sweden, all right? This is the last quarter, 46-34. Let's see right now. Now, this right here looks like a midi build, kind of like a tweener, but good pass to the big man, backing it down, using the LT, but a nice stroke in it, green, but it's a little midi, 46-34. I'm liking what I'm seeing with this Croatian team.
Tell you what, if you're a Swedish fan, you might not necessarily agree. Everybody talking about that final, what's going to happen, the big occasion, and certain players that step up for the big moments. And I tell you what, if you got that home support behind you, Vince, surely you're going to up your game something amazing.
Absolutely. Really quick, just going to break it down and maybe see the roster. When it comes to Croatia, we got 𝐂𝐄𝐂, we got 𝐂𝐄𝐄𝐂, we got, I can't really say that. I don't know how to pronounce that. But Promag, and also to keep it going for the Swedish name, we got Polsjuden, 𝐅𝐎𝐋𝐋, Museum, 𝐂𝐄𝐂, and then 𝐂𝐿𝐴. I'm just pronouncing these for the first time, so I'm sorry if I'm butchering them, but I see these players are really trying their best. Croatia versus Sweden, 49-34. Let's see who's going to come out on top.
Into the, I don't know, I want to say dying embers. It's a little bit dire to start it off on a very positive, exciting match day 1. But 12 points to overcome, make that 14 late into the 4th. I'm sorry. I'm not thinking that this is going to be the best of starts for, if not your favorite on paper, your favorite in terms of your emotional favorite, who you want to see there in that live final. With that home support behind them, a lot to work on, a lot to do.
Oh, yes. But 51-37, looking like Croatia is going to come out on top. Only a minute 23 left in this quarter. And as I said, everyone's playing at least about 3-4 times today. So don't go away. I mean, we got plenty more games. Again, 55 in total. Every country is going in. Again, go to eFIBA.basketball to find out when your team is going to be playing, and then put it in the chat if you want us to switch to that game.
Only a minute remaining. Don't forget about the skill boosters, baby. There's plenty of time to get that trip dub. Get yourself the extra points. You saw that demo leaderboard before. They really can change those standings on the leaderboard. Change the story of your season. Thought we might have had a little putback there. Sensibly, an O-board. Dish it back out for a respectable 3.
Gotcha. All right, Croatia bringing it up. Let's see what they're going to do. Paulo keeping the ball, keeping the control, not knowing where he's going to go. Just really holding the ball, killing the clock. Again, only 30 seconds left in this last quarter. Very smart. Nice little alley-oop, baby. A nice little guest slammer jammer for the entertainment here on eFIBA Season 2.
Good to see the alley-oop out early. Sometimes it's a bit overdone, certainly in your recreational part of 2K. In Pro-Am, you come 2K, less seen. You have a bit of fun with it on match day 1 if you're up by, 10, 12, 15. This one is ticking down. Very respectful end to these games so far. The skill boosters might change that, not into disrespect, but into a bit of showmanship as you see another one tried there at the end. No dice. A great start there for Croatia.
Croatia right now coming out on top, and as you see the captain definitely proud. But the one thing I want to know is this, is that we have so many different nations that are basically representing their respectable federation, and it's beautiful to see. But congratulations right now to 2 games we saw when it comes to Turkey and also when it came to Croatia. I see the Sweden captain right there talk to his team, is like, hey, what went wrong? We don't know. But we got a nice little special edition here. Basically, it's called Who Hoops Here, and we're going to be flying all the way to Finland. So this is going to be the Finland edition of Who Hoops Here. Let's check it out.
Finland easy. It is very Finnish. Net, chain is common. Colors of the leaves in autumn and their birches also. So that's never in Finland. The houses. There are like too many lines in an outdoor court. Finland easy. The bus stop there, it's a Finnish bus stop sign. I think, is that in Lahti? Jyväskylä. And that also, that the court has the colors of the local team, which Lauri Markkanen is originally from Honsu. So.
All right, we're back. That right there was the captain of Finland. And you know what? The great thing about it is that he's basically checking out what kind of court, if he likes the court, what criteria makes a good street ball court. Now, Nate, I didn't know. Did you play any basketball growing up?
Miro, I just love that content. Sorry, I know we've got a lot going on. I sort of zone out when I see a bit of the bants, and you learn a bit about other countries as well. Down here, down under. Yes, sir. I think I got one of the basketballs behind me. Just go down the local court. Tried to get a hoop installed in my house, actually. Wasn't allowed, so back to the park it is for me.
Oh, man, I played a little bit in college, played a little bit now in some corporate leagues, trying to, still stay in shape. Because I got to stay in shape with this. I mean, we have so many games that's going to be happening. I mean, different places, different regions, and also different time zones. All right, just to relay, everybody's got to know, this right here is our first time doing this when it comes to this many nations. I mean, 61 all over the world competing for that €50,000 grand prize in the one and playing Jönköping, Sweden, which I'm going to get by the end of this season. It's going to be my second home. I promise you, Nate, I will not mispronounce it again.
Jönköping, we're going to keep going for it. I tell you what, it looks different than it's typed out, at least to me, and the way that I was reading it. If you're from Sweden and you're in the chat and you're very offended, firstly, apologies. Secondly, help us out. Let us know how we can pronounce it correctly. Get that hype going properly for what will be a massive in-person event. Sweden, unfortunately, unable to get the win there in that first game, but plenty of time remaining.
Oh, a lot of time remaining, a lot of different teams. Okay, and let you know right now, we still have so many different games that are going on. Some games have already ended, but definitely go to eFIBA.basketball for those results. I mean, telling you, Albania, Austria, Lithuania, Portugal, Estonia, Netherlands, Germany, Turkey, Great Britain, Ukraine, Greece, Poland, Finland, Switzerland, Italy, Serbia, Israel, Luxembourg, Latvia, and also we got Slovakia, Spain, Croatia, Sweden, Albania, Sweden. We got so many different. I can keep going on and on, but let me know who you watch it from. I see iFile TV. What's going on, Kingword, and also Fresh saying let's go. I'm telling you, this is going to be one of the most dynamic seasons you've ever seen when it comes to eFIBA. I mean, just stay tuned because we are breaking walls. We are breaking records, and I just can't wait to see this live.
Thank you very much for the community as well. As you mentioned, if you're in the Twitch chat, let us know what you're thinking, what games you'd like to see, who you'd like to hear from, if you'd like to know a particular player's build perhaps as well. Maybe if I'm Botlin, who you think the favorites are. So far, it looks like I'm doing okay. Let me know why I could be wrong. Let me know who you think your favorites are instead. And of course, your underdogs. Let us know your upset of the day if we thought there was a big favorite. An easy win in there. Let us know in the chat. It really is your season, your eFIBA season 2.
Exactly. And again, more dynamic. It's not going to be a typical 40-minute game. We're going to keep bouncing around to different game to game to game. So we want you to be a part of it as best as you can. I'm telling you, the competition is insane as well. We also got co-streamers from the respectable federations. We didn't really get into that, but also there's over, like, I think 60 or maybe 80 of them going all around actually streaming these games, and they want you to be a part of it. So if you're in your respectable federation, find the country, find that flag, go to eFIBA.basketball and see who is going to be your co-streamer, because this year has a lot of competition, a lot of moving parts, and it's just going to get bigger and better. Oh man, Nate, I'm telling you, I'm just impressed. Guys, this is great. All right, but now I wanted to right now we got some interviews for you as well. Okay, so we got some people that want to put a couple of 2 cents in what's come to eFIBA season 2, and we actually have the Finland captain right now. Let's see, come in. Hey, Captain.
Hello.
What's up? Can you see me, brother? What's up, man?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me, brother?
Miro, no.
I can only hear the music.
It's good music, to be fair.
It's good music. Middle. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Let's see.
We'll get him there.
Right.
We'll get it happening. Don't you worry. I like the wide face, by the way. Is that just how they do it over there? Is that how you look after a particular result in 2K? I know sometimes if I've been playing for too long, probably look pretty similar. Sure, we'll have him back shortly.
Oh, we're definitely back shortly. And again, this is when I talked about eFIBA season 1 and when we stream live, we are very transparent. Okay, we're all community when it comes to NBA 2K. We have great people, but the thing is that this is the age of technology. So yes, things are going to go up, things are going to go down, and what we're doing is something that most people have never even attempted, is having so many different servers. Don't forget, there's 7 regions. You're talking about the Americas, you're talking about Oceania, you're talking about Europe. Like, there's so many places that have different kinds of Wi-Fi connections, and we're trying to be on the same thing, but we're gonna make it work. But we gotta be the first. We gotta be the genesis. If you don't try, you're never gonna know if you can succeed, and you miss all the shots you don't take. And we're taking this shot for eFIBA season 2, right, Nate?
Well, I'll tell you what, if you want to cover maybe a little bit, if you want to make sure that there's something happening at all times, Huncho, we're going to see a lot of you, I feel, during this season. I want to see Vince eat dirty food. Now, I'm not sure what dirty food means exactly, but I know I'm all for it. Vince, does anything come to mind when you're reading that, when you're hearing that?
So we had an interview in which we had Huncho, we had Souls and Connor, and they found out a little something that makes me laugh. I always had a crazy sense of humor when people eat weird food and have reactions. Like Hot Ones is one of my favorite shows ever. And what they did was, it's something with the jelly beans and those different flavors, kind of like in Harry Potter, and when they have like the different jelly beans. And they kept eating some, and some were like normal flavored, like peach and stuff, but then some was like vomit flavor or dookie flavor. He had a vomit one, and it kind of went wrong. I didn't mean to do it. It just happened. I mean, if you want me to eat something crazy, I'll do it for you. But I got to talk to my producers. I don't know if we can do that for seconds.
Imagine doing that first match day as well, and then your voice is wrecked for the rest of it. Get your new co-host that isn't Chris to try and carry it for the rest of it. No, thank you. If we could try and like warm things into there and whatnot. I totally know what you mean with the food, by the way. Down here, we have this thing called Vegemite. A few of my esteemed co-casters sort of getting the Australian flavor going going, nah. They said, no, thank you. Don't want that. Didn't enjoy it now. Won't enjoy it ever again. Maybe that's a bit of good material, fam. It is a global esports competition. You let us know your nation's sort of food you want us to try. We'll see what we can do next time around.
I like it. I like more competition. But real quick, I also want to get back to what comes to the schedule because I said we got a lot of games going on. Confirmed there's 6 game weeks throughout October to November. It's going to be played every Tuesday and Thursday of those 2 months of October and November with 12 total games of broadcast days, 59 total broadcast hours, and that can actually increase if we get some more people, which is insane. But then there's going to be almost definite 310 total games, which is crazy when you think about it of how much streaming is really going on. And Nate, I mean, have you ever worked on a project this big?
Oh, no one ever has. Are you kidding me? Truly a global esports league. Wonderful to have content creators, streamers, adding their own twist and flavor. Fam, we're just here sort of heading things up. We want this to be a community-led season, a community-led league. We're kicking it off so early in the year, so early after release of the game, of course, taking place over all of October, a little bit of November too. Let us know what you want. Let us see the flavor that you add to this league.
Now, enough of us talking, all right? We still got games going on, I said, from all over the world. And let's check right here. This is France and Poland, all right? We already talked about France. We got Breaking the Beast there, but Poland is definitely keeping this a tight one. 24-25. 4 minutes left in the second quarter. So Breaking the Beast right now, giving it to the big fella right to the corner. Does he stroke it green? Yes, he does. That's what I'm talking about, and that's the French team I know.
Said that we want to see your upset of the day. If I've called France the 20-30 point favorite heading in with plenty of time remaining, I will say for that prediction to be correct, credit, respect where respect is due, making it very tight early on here. Match day 1. Goodness knows how many upsets we'll have by the end of today.
We have no idea, but like I said before, this French team is definitely a powerhouse. But this Poland team is definitely showing that they got some talent. And as you said before, you know, we're trying to find the best in the world. And I want to shout out another host that we're going to see, Zunaid, aka Made in India. He actually put in a post as well saying they're trying to find the gems of the world. And there's going to be some gems that you're going to see in this season because the talent is global. But as you see right now, Poland trying to take it over. Point guard definitely keeping it calm with a nice little crossover tween. Good screen, but could not get up. That's mid-range. Oh, but off the mark. Now it's French ball.
Is it too early to be thinking about the future as well, Vince? Obviously, this is a yearly competition, season 1. I was down here, the early hours, sitting there like a degen, just sort of watching the party poppers you and Chris had going, watching the big games, seeing a very different 2K broadcast than what I was used to. Goodness knows, it really is just the beginning. So I guess if you've got thoughts about what you'd like to see, not just now, but building forward, is it more nations? Slightly different format. I just love that we get to have a big league so early on after release of the game.
All right, shout out to JM Juggin. He's the one, or they're the one, not sure what they are, to say to put on France versus Poland game. And as I said, we are more dynamic. If you want to see a game, you got to put it in the chat. And if you want it, you got it. All right. As you see, JM Juggin really pulling for Poland. I think that's who he's rooting for, saying, hey, you're right there. They're just behind by 11 points with 2 minutes left in the quarter, but they're not giving up. And I can't wait to see what is going to be the conclusion to this game.
I've had a few comments, not just in the chat, talking about Tommy, wanting to see more of him, wanting him to firstly play every single game. Apparently that's the expectation. And after that, I'm sure, delivering on the court as we see a heavily contested shot go down. Poland with a lot to do. Dare I say, you're asked to show the game as soon as we put it on. Polish fans, they start letting you down just a little bit. Alley-oop going astray, and then not. A little bit of luck coming back right at you.
All right, respectable federations definitely showing out 39-27. Let's see what France can do. Definitely with the beautiful white jerseys. And if we did not describe this before, this is Pro-Am mode. So each player is definitely their own custom build. But a nice steal from Poland. Trying to get that. And a very smart foul to stop the break and ease the pain.
See those go one way or the other. Transition take, the worst thing ever. You'd think at this level, free throws are basically a gimme. 3 points indeed. And so you've got to be really careful fouling on the break. Feels like in 2K24, compared to 23, it's a little bit more hit or miss. You're not exactly sure what you might get.
Exactly. Now, right here, Poland definitely keeping the control. Point guard trying to find the shoot guard right down to the blade. Great feed. That's a dime. And using the back up, could not finish his breakfast, but then rejected at the rim. That's some French defense. That's how you know they're here to play.
There comes immediately the response from the chat. They're not worried so much about exactly what they're seeing. You're spot on there, Vince. Tommy, best point guard Poland, says Reese. Said it at the start. You wanted to see him, you got him.
All right, now let's see right now, 27-45. French definitely pulling away. They're really trying to make sure they solidify their #1 spot when it comes to the Europe region. And as you know, they're not going to be the only one, because plenty of chances throughout this first season, but all the way to the rim, skywalking, showtime, baby. That's what I like to see. Poland right there, 29-45.
You like your highlights, don't you, Vince? I was wondering how long you might take to get into them. I wondered if some of these nations might be a little bit nervous, waiting to sort of perform those highlight plays when things are a little bit more assured. No, you're on main broadcast. Maybe you get a little word. Maybe you see your phone buzzing and you realize, I need to start showing off. I got my friends in the chat. I got my family watching on. It's time to impress. If no one else, want Vince to get that big highlight play commentary going.
I absolutely love it. Now, just a reminder, when it comes to Europe regions, teams were placed into 5 groups with 4 groups in some of them. And the thing is that one group of each of the 6 teams will have a chance to advance, which I have to see them going right now, 31-45. And it is a tight game. Money definitely has some good stats with 21 points, but awareness, and I do know that man right there, French, definitely putting in that 19 points in. Woo! This is a battle right now, Nate.
I'll tell you what, it's fun to try and work out a little narrative and story. This is sort of the, let's say, method. I normally take the commentary. You know what your teams are. You've got very finite processes. Fam, we got so many players on these rosters, let alone the nations from around the world. We want you, rather, to tell the narrative. So when I'm getting the DMs saying, Tommy, and that was yesterday, it's good to see in the Twitch chat that is actually what you want. But let us know why. Give us some detail. Give us some flavor. What I've seen so far from Poland's point guard, and I don't mean in this game, I mean looking back at the tape. Wonderful handles, maybe a little comparative to one Harry from down under. The behind the back that seems to be not so good in 2K24. He was pulling that out, making it happen. Here he is now facilitating, playmaking. And as you see, straight on point, step inside. Needs the shot to go alongside those lovely handles.
Great. All right, missing off the mark. And real quick, let me run it down. Poland team is going with the 𝐂𝐄𝐄, Elite Money, Cole Sonic, Felipe Cal, and Shaq got Beard, and also France breaking the beast, 𝐂𝐋𝐿, Wernos, NANOS, so Nanos, and also X Mamba out. It is a battle. The 2 players you need to look at right now when it comes to France would be Wernos, and they're definitely leading the pack, and also Elite Money, who's definitely putting some damage, putting some points on the board.
What I heard from the French team is that those competition for spots are tight indeed. They don't even necessarily look at it like we have one, maybe 2 superstars. It is every position is strong. There is a strong argument for different spots, different players rather in those spots. Good competition, Vince, can really breed really good quality, making sure you need to fight to hold down your place in the team.
Yeah, but right now, almost a 20-point lead. France definitely showing out, and what they did in eFIBA Season 1 was incredible. They were not able to take it home, but they are definitely solidified themselves as a competitive team. Breaking the beast, one of the best to do it. Cross tween, but off the mark. But a great offensive rebound by the big fella, and then slamming it home. That's what you do at that power forward position.
I will have to say, I'm sorry, Vince. Skill boosters! How many times am I going to say it throughout the day? You're going to be sick of it, but I won't stop going on about it. When you start to see certain plays, or certainly one player starting to take over, maybe looking for that trip dub, maybe making sure their team is let's say at least leveling, if not trying to increase on that assist ratio. That means you're going to need to throw that rock around, make sure it's not just ISO ball and a nice shot at the end of it, get your whole team into it, make sure you're passing it, get an extra point. Tell you what, you get all 4 of those skill boosters, 5 bonus points. It really isn't just the result that these teams are playing for.
Gotcha. All right, but as I said, we're going to be bouncing around. This right here was Poland versus France. Now let's go check another game. Estonia versus Italy, okay? I know a little bit of Italian, mi chiamo Vincenzo, but I'm telling you, this game is also getting down to the wire because it's 21-24. Another close game. I'm loving the jerseys from Estonia. Beautiful, beautiful blue. But as you can see, they're definitely rocking out. 27-21. Let's see who's going to come out on top on this one.
I said I wanted the chat to dream big in terms of the future of this competition. Maybe I'll make a suggestion or two myself. Can we get these jerseys IRL? I'll rep them, send one down here. I'll get the photos happening, I'll do a little photo shoot. I said I like the court. You're quite right, Vince. I'm loving these jerseys too. That blue is beautiful.
That blue is beautiful. Only a 7-point game right now, going to the rim, but being unselfish. Nice ball movement right now. Seeing that's an open lane, but then he doesn't go for the easy layup. This is saying you gotta be too selfish, but sometimes you gotta be unselfish. Why did he give up that lane, man?
Tell you what, layups in 2K24 might be your little answer. As simple as that might sound. They're open, they don't. You can time them. It certainly encourages you to time them in 2K24. The most skilled players will be executing every single time, sometimes even in traffic. Doesn't matter who else is in that paint, making sure they time it perfectly. But as we're only a month into 2K24, maybe some of these players haven't quite mastered that art yet.
That's true. I'm telling you, the push, the release, the jump, so many different ways. But some people actually take it off when it comes to the layup and they just go by their rating. But I'm not sure why they didn't just go for the score. As you see, foul shots, still a very important part to any game. I always had that saying, shots may win games, but foul shots win championships. And right here, as you can see, 31-23. Italy is not out, but Estonia is definitely shown they're powerful.
From deep, the big man. Oh, I thought it was a little bit ambitious, only a step or two back. That limitless range can make a big difference if you got it. And your center, maybe even your power forward, unlikely to have any. If you're going to hit them, you're going to need to be standing right on that line, or you're going to need to time that shot down to the millisecond. Lovely handles here, by the way. Inside, layup doesn't go at the end of it. The pressure, and then unfortunately that alley-oop not communicated. The headsets, the comms not on point. Man was spamming square about a century ago.
Gotcha. As you can see right now, still competing 23-31. I'm saying this game may go down to the wire. We're only in the second quarter with 1 minute 2 left. And I admit, talent is definitely being seen here. And I want to know exactly what is going through Italy's mind. I mean, they are trailing by 11, but I can see the defense is just stepping up. Maybe I just whispered a little good luck in them. It's a nice corner 3, stroking it green. Oh, they're creeping it up. Oh,
Love the little emote, the celebrations at the end. I think I might have said to you, to India, how much are we allowed to talk about them? Goodness knows, in the triple threat, you can have a bit of fun with it. Certainly after a dunk or a three-point shot, you can get your little celebration on. I wouldn't mind a little compilation at the end of the season. Your best little dances, your little emotes to celebrate, maybe really get the other team fired up.
Do a little dance and make a little love. That's what I'm talking about. Nice little mid-range. But often I didn't know you knew that music, baby. All right, cool. We're going to be fine.
I just hold it reserved. When we're going through the warm-ups and I'm really quiet, I'm just making sure we get here. I'm on fire and on full cylinders. A bit like one of these teams we're watching now.
Oh, I gotcha. Let's see who's coming up right now. Again, 37-23. About 9 seconds left in the quarter. All right, we're still going in. Nice control. Let's see what Estonia can do. Little pump fake. Little up. Couldn't hit the rim. But again, play at a half. Definitely is coming out from Estonia. And I got to admit, what they're going to do. Actually, the funny thing, I think Italy's leading. So hold on a second. Did
the
they
jersey's
switch
for
up
you,
the
Vince. I
color of
was
the
I was gonna
jersey?
wait it out and just sort of see if we came around because you said how much you like the jersey, and I tried to sort of help you out there. Yeah, flip them around for me, friend.
Oh man, thank you for telling me that now. I appreciate you.
It's my first day. I'm not calling you out like point blank. I tried to do the little subtle little jersey. Yes, I would like to wear that jersey, but look, as the player is named, and I respect it. If you've seen the Barbie movie, we're all enough, Vince. You're enough for me.
Yeah, call out right now, but let's say I'm gonna break it down right now when it comes to Estonia, 𝐂𝐄𝐄𝐊, Andrew Memics, Andre Colain, and 𝐂𝐄𝐄𝐄 is coming up from Estonia. But then on Italy, you got SZN, J. Lopez, Pushing T, Pipotato, and Just Fall 2K. I mean, we got some ballers on this team, but JK enough. Now I know this is Italy on top with the blue jersey. Did they do that to confuse us on purpose? What do you think there, Nate?
Look, if it works, it works. I ain't gonna complain. I've always thought that Estonia's flag is rather, what do you want to say, unique. It's sort of just that classic block colors, but there's not many of those that actually have blue on them. Less about the flag, maybe more about that Hoff catch and shoot. We want to know about these builds. And if you've got Hoff, look at them all keep popping up. We're like 2 plays later. The purples are still shining. Some of these builds, no doubt, with 99 3-point or close to.
Gotcha. All right, here we go. 39-26. Italy is up top, not Estonia. Okay, Italy's definitely taking control of this game, and it's only about 3:47 left in the quarter. As you see, inbounding, trying to find the open man. Nice little point guard, you know, crossing over, little tween. Definitely great team, but almost got their ankles broken. Here we go, but almost a great defense. Gambled, and it didn't pay up. A great offensive rebound by Italy. Seeing what's going on, surveying the land. Nice little cross, and great control, but a foul. And now it's going to be an inbound for Italy.
I know I do that when I'm playing on a lock. Sometimes you're just so sick of the repeated sets. Another O board, more handles. Step inside, by the way, wide open. Slightly late, no good. So fair enough, Vince, if you want to just commit a foul to break up a bit of momentum, get a little bit of a mental reset as well on what is a big match day one for these teams.
Gotcha. Nice little slammer jammer, two-handed slam right there by Estonia. They're still in the game, 26-41. I mean, it's only the third quarter with 3 minutes left, but let's see what Italy's going to do. Nice little cross, great usage of the pick, trying to discombobulate the deep. A great defense by Estonia, but then another rip. There is a fast break, and is it showtime? A nice little slammer, hammer jammer. That's what I like to see coming out from Estonia.
Vince, I've got to do it again. I'm so sorry. It's the other way, Fred. It is Italy who are extending their advantage. It is Estonia with those beautiful jerseys that we keep going on about.
Yeah, the white jerseys is Estonia, right?
It's Italy, friend.
Oh my goodness, I am bugging out. That's my bad.
If it helps, I went and just put it on the big TV, made sure I could get the gorgeous jerseys in action, make sure I could see them. Like I said, friends in the chat, surely it's not just me. Do we want these IRL? If you could get these available for purchase, would you make it happen? I want to see one of these eFIBA courts in person as well. Get that purple and green unique color and down. I'd play on that. Vince, no doubt you'd be dunking on me in no time.
Oh, I hope I'm not dunking on you, man. That's crazy. But as you can see, definitely balling out. Let's see what's going on. All right, coming out just right there on Italy. Keeping control, but a nice little floaty. And I'm right. Here we go. Estonia taking out. Right? This is Estonia taking it out, correct?
Oh, Vince, it's a good thing. Both of us have got a long time to get accustomed to these teams. And I'll be straight up with you. Estonia, not one of those nations that I was particularly familiar with. Hopefully we get to see more of them, not just because of the beautiful jerseys, for some quality 2K. And don't worry, friends, if you are an Estonian or you're rooting for them in this game, even if 20 points in the third isn't looking so good, Skill Boosters fan, that's right. There are 4 objectives to play for, meaning teams should, they will be playing through the very end, because the dub isn't everything. You can get some extra points, get yourself up that leaderboard.
Nice little fast break, but also giving it right there. Good 3-pointer. That's what I like to see, baby. Oh, man. I can't believe they are rocking this team right now, 53-30, but a nice little quick too.
Really are moving that ball very nicely indeed. The Italians have a little eye on a competition that will take place next year, if you know what I mean. Right here, right now, with Take in rhythm. Hit that three off the step. Yes, please. 56-32. Lovely play. I tell you what, I'm seeing a lot of confidence in this shot taking, shot making. Maybe Italy, one of those nations that will be moving up the power rankings, so to speak, early on in match day one. Straight away, by the way, that would have really helped me. That point, if that shot goes down. Never mind, Vince. We'll take it from deep. Okay, and that's my bad again. That's the first commentary curse of the season. Say Italy are confident, hitting all their shots, and they missed two right on cue.
Beautiful, beautiful. Right now, we're going to see right now 56-32. We're going to tell the winners going to be this, but then we also have one of our guests from my eFIBA ballers. We also have from the eFIBA squad. This is my buddy from Turkey, Alper. How you doing, brother?
I'm fine, brother. How you doing, Vince? Is everything good out here?
Oh, man, everything is cool like a cucumber, but you look good, man. You look amazing. It's good to see you again. I know how we supposed to pronounce your last name. I'm not sure if I can say it because we talked about it in the past, but it's always good to see your face one more time when it comes to eFIBA.
Thank you, my brother. You can pronounce my last name as Bichan or Bison, whatever you want to call it, man. I'm okay with it.
Yeah. I'm gonna be with this. But Nate, this right here is Alper. I want you to say hi to him because he's one of the dopest dudes I ever met from Turkey.
Friend, I've seen the Twitch chat going off, spamming it, getting the flag going in there. Pleasure to have you join us. I had a little search beforehand. I'm not sure I'm worthy enough to be talking to you.
Thank you, man. Nice to meet you, Nate. And this is going great, actually. You guys doing great job. I've been watching you guys, and once again, nice to meet you guys.
Ah, beautiful. Now, I got some questions. You were part of eFIBA Season 1. How do you feel right now? Everything's just been doubled for eFIBA Season 2.
Yo, first of all, we got to talk about that last shot for the last tournament. You remember that, right, Vince?
Mm-hmm.
The game winner, Jam Boy, it was crazy. And this year, we're talking about bigger prices, bigger scene. And 61 nations, right? 61 countries going against each other in this tournament, right?
Yep, 61 nations with 7 different conferences. I mean, I'm just so amazed that so many federations want to be involved. But Nate is also my expert when it comes to NBA 2K24, just like you. And I know he has some questions to pick your brain about this season as well.
Friend, we want to talk favorites. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I'm trying to do my best. I'm just being straight up honest here and saying Estonia, not one of the nations I knew a lot about. Is there maybe a little underdog, a nation that you think we should be talking about a bit more here on match day 1?
Underdog nation, I don't know about that one, but this year, especially if you guys played NBA 2K24, it is really hard to play point guard position. And I'm wishing best luck to all point guards out there, but Italy, I don't know if they consider as the underdogs, but Italy might be, one of the best teams who are competing for this tournament so far.
Really? Italy, one of the best teams to be competing for this tournament. Is it because of how well their point guard is playing, or you think it's just the all-around practice and effort they put in of playing this new version of 2K?
So look, Vince, the new version of 2K, it is impossible to carry a team with the point guard. So you have to be team, you have to work together, you have to practice together, you have to hit your shots back to back. So if you miss couple shots, you cannot make the other ones as well. So you have to work as a team. And I do believe like teams like Italy, Spain especially, I'm telling you guys, clip this, mark my words, just watch out for Spain and Portuguese. They are incredible teams. And of course, the Turkey, the standing champions, they will do their best to, win it back to back.
Gotcha. And Nate, what else you want to talk about, baby?
Love it, respect it, because you're spot on. How many times have we seen a point guard just like carry 40, 50, 60? What then, more than teamwork? What specifically are you looking for? Do you want to see the big man mashing? What is the thing to step up in lack of this point guard dominance?
So first of all, the lockdowns are going crazy this year. It is so I don't want to say easy, but you can get steals more often. And then, I mean, the bigs have to hit their shots. So especially in France, I will talk about the France team. They have one of the best point guards in the whole game. Not in this tournament. Breaker the Beast is one of the best point guards has ever touched this game. So even he didn't carry his his team last year. So he might need some help from the bigs, the lockdowns, the power forwards, his shooting guard. The shooting guards are the most important position in this game for me.
Got it. Now, Alper, we have our
Yep.
leaderboards when it comes to basically going undefeated and, you know, you get those points. How do you feel about the skill boosters this year when it comes to, you know, scoring 15 3-points or scoring over 100 points in a game? What's your opinion on that?
So scoring 100 on this game is really hard, and getting rewarded because you can do it is a great thing to eFIBA Season 2. And actually, like, it's getting more enjoyable as a viewer perspective to see teams going for that extra bonuses. And I love that, man. It's a great addition to the eFIBA, in my opinion.
That's what we like to hear. That was the right answer. I know it was meant to be your opinion, but that was factual. Yes or no. You've answered correctly. Can you think of any skill booster that you particularly want to see? Anything you'd like to see cooked up for match days ahead?
I will ask you guys, what do you think the hardest challenge so far, like hardest skill boost to get?
I'm going the Hundy. Vince, I don't need to think twice, and I don't care if that's a repeat of the answer. A triple-double, maybe a bit unlikely. Obviously, you're thinking only a big that's really pulling that off, or a lock if they can pull out something crazy. And yet, 100 points per game, looking at the scores we've seen in Pro-Am across the way, I'm with you.
But I would say 15 3-pointers though, because in this game it is really hard. If you start the game bad, you need to warm up until you hit 15 threes. Game might be over. So I'm gonna say 15 threes in the game.
We don't talk about shooting slumps on this broadcast. They're not a thing. They're not a thing.
No shooting sluts over 100. You know what the funny thing is? I'm going to go against both of you. Conceding a team to 30 points. I don't think any team can only score 30 points in this game because, as we just talked about, everyone had the game the same amount of time. So they're still going to be bugging out. But I don't think that they can keep a team out there because they still have the talent from NBA 2K23. I don't think they're that quote-unquote bad that they won't be able to score 30 points. And I don't think defense is that high when it comes to certain builds that you can keep a team at 30 points. That's my opinion. But again, yours two are very difficult itself.
I rate it. There's plenty of builds, as you say. No defense. I'm with you.
Yeah. Now, also, Alper, now you've been playing NBA 2K yourself. I want to know, what is your build? How do you play the game, and what is your preference?
I mean, Vince, you know I'm the greatest of all time, right? You know I'm the, you know how I rock. You know I shoot the ball. Nah, this year I went for Stephen Curry build. I got no defense. I'm not saying Stephen Curry has no defense, but I got no defense in my build. 6'2". Point guard who can dribble the ball and who can shoot the ball, and a little bit of dunking without the defensive ability. But I'm trying some new build with the defense ability, because this year if you have no defense, there's no escape in the defense. They will just score on you, and I'm trying to get better every single day. But Vince, I'm the Steph Curry of 2K, so you guys know.
What? Nate, what do you have to say about that? He said he's the Steph Curry, the greatest shooter of all time of 2K. How do you feel about that, Mr. Patrick?
Look, if that's true, if you're going to be the Curry, let me be your lock, okay? If you're not defending particularly, Nate PTK will step up for you. I got my 99 steal build. We'll hide you in the corner. I'll do all the defending. Don't worry.
All right, we have to be squad, Just send me Mike now. Let's go.
I'm a bit busy right now. I don't know. I'll check it with the producer, but I've got multiple screens. We'll see. Bit of threes while we're watching along.
You guys do not forget, every Stephen Curry needs a Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Kevin Durant, especially Kevin Durant.
Oh, Chris Paul now as well, just by the way, but yeah.
Yeah.
That trade is kind of weird, but I gotta say one thing, Alper, you got so many Turkey fans all in the chat. I'm talking about CR3959, Aaron, and everybody. Now I gotta ask, as you know how strong Turkey is when it came from last season, what they did in Singapore, do you think they have a bigger challenge when it comes to this season of eFIBA Season 2?
I mean, of course, the Spain team is going crazy, like I said. And the France team is going crazy as well. in terms of point guard and dribbling the ball, I didn't see any better point guards than Breaker the best this year. But Spain, they have the most chemistry, and they have the Ave Mario is one of the experienced and skilled and smart center I know. And I don't know, man, especially the other teams, we have to see. We might see United States versus America, right?
Yeah. Just you're right. You're right. We might see that. So how you feel about that?
So look, I know a couple guys from United States, especially the Dead Boy Dimes. He's one of my old friends. They got Unguardable, they got CP13, they got Dayfry, which is the GOAT of the 2K League. I don't know. That's crazy to me, but so they have the experience, they have the offline experience. We don't have that yet. So we're gonna see going against top teams and being able to see them play is crazy to me. Shout out to eFIBA, shout out to you guys. I'm beyond more than excited, man. I want to see the top teams going against each other, but first of all, we gotta watch this European qualifiers, though.
Yo, what a summary, by the way. I'm a bit worried for my job over here. The perfect way to wrap it up. I love that you mentioned that veteran experience. Goodness knows Mario is just a legend. Well, I guess like internationally, showing that it can be done. I know that offline experience you talked about, it's not something that you can make up for, but with a bit of passion, and you've shown plenty of it. I wish you all the very best. 𝐂𝐄𝐄, all your fans, your country's fans in the chat, enjoy eFIBA Season 2.
Do you mind if I speak Turkish to my fans right now?
Please do it.
Arkadaşlar, eFIBA'dayız. Final 𝐂𝐄𝐄 İsveç'te oynanacak. Chat'te sadece bayrakları görmek istiyorum. Sizleri seviyorum. Vince'e, Nate'e ve bütün eFIBA ekibine teşekkür ederim. Orada görüşmek üzere diyorum. Kendinize iyi bakın diyorum. Hoşçakalın. Bütün takımlara bol şans. Daha iyi olan kazansın. Do you guys want to know what I said?
I'm scared.
Of course I do. I don't got no subtitles.
I said shout out to eFIBA for Season 2. Shout out to Nate. Shout out to Vince. I said Vince owe me a coffee. And you know, Vince, right? Am I wrong?
You're right. I promise you I'll get that for you. I promise.
So, I said I just want to see the, support in the chat for eFIBA. Hope we can, watch some great games together and commentate great games together. And I'm so thankful for you guys giving this opportunity to me to talk with you guys. And I'm once again, Nate, nice to meet you, my brother. And I can't wait to make more content with you guys.
Bring it on, friend. Bring it on.
Gotcha. Yep. Alper, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure seeing your face. Keep us in tune. I know you're on the chat on Twitch. You got so many fans out there supporting 𝐂𝐄𝐄. I can't do any favorites because we have to be neutral. But again, brother, you're always going to be part of this eFIBA family, and we'll see you soon, all right?
And look, last thing I said, I'm being neutral as well. I said, let the best win. So let's go, guys. Thank you for having me. See ya.
Gotcha. All right. And now, everyone, we are back to the games. As you can see, people are going to know what is going on.
Albania, Switzerland, baby. Get into it. Woo! Have a look at that scoreline, Vince. When we're talking about 30 points or less, unfortunately, if you like your skill boosters, looks like we're going to miss out on that again. What a chat, by the way. Now we've got the copy pasta in there as well. Alper, what a legend.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely a legend. And as you can see, maybe I spoke too soon. Never mind. Nope. 71-28. Maybe they may keep this team at 30 points. It is only 3:53 left in the quarter. That is the announcer's curse. So if that happens, I don't know what to say.
Just breaking down all the, what do we want to call them, golden nuggets from that conversation. And I think I'm really left with the veteran experience line with some of these competitors that do have a bit more international experience, or at least within their own countries, within their own leagues. And we know there are so many of them. We can't get to them all. It's wonderful to know there's going to be some old heads, some vets, some sort of savvy knowledge that when you get to these clutch moments, maybe even looking for a skill booster, ingenious ways to sort of not break the game, get the most out of it, make sure you've got as many points as possible for that leaderboard.
All right, getting that points on that leaderboard, but this is a commanding lead right now, and I can't wait to see who's going to come out on top. And again, like I said, so many different games are going to be playing today. We're going to be bouncing around from match to match, from game to game, and I have to admit, I'm getting excited because as soon as I see some of these federations represent themselves and seeing people in the chat supporting them, I know that eFIBA Season 2 is going to be the biggest ever.
Goodness, we're just getting started, Fred. I keep thinking about the future. I need to stay in the here and now because 73-28, and then if that 3 goes down, have another big blowout. Are we looking at the 100, as I like to refer to it? 100 in normal English for you watching along. The 100, can you break it? Can you get another skill booster point? Can you blow things wide open? Are you going to just start taking 3s from way downtown and trying to keep that in play? Can go right back at you. Shot doesn't go. Good to see good hustle rewarded there in eFIBA Season 2.
Gotcha. All right. When it comes to this game, and now I got the lineup, so I'm gonna clearly say it. In the white is Switzerland. In the red is Albania. And in Albania, we got the one and only 𝐂𝐄𝐂 30, Debbie 20, Electric Whip, 𝐂𝐻 34, and 𝐻𝐿 22. And with Switzerland, we have Ria 2K, Benga Payne, Ranger Brian, APX, and Adi G. Leading the pack is Ria 2K on Switzerland with over 25 points, and he's definitely putting in work, and Switzerland with the commanding lead 76-28, and then the 30 points happen, so I guess they're not getting that skill boost anymore.
Tell you what, who was saying that was the toughest one again? I feel like there was a wise person.
All right, shoot them shots, man. Shoot them shots, man. That's why I love you, Nate. Yeah, be honest with me, baby. Be honest with me.
I don't know, it was just something that I was thinking about a lot when we were going through. I was going to try and say it a little differently every time, like power booster, mega booster, just try and like come up with more exciting words to get people talking about them. But they really are about skill. It really is about working as a team. And defensively, you try and keep the team below 30 when you consider locks, stripping the ball, hands in the lane. It really is easy to rack up some transition points no matter the game situation. I'll be very surprised if many teams can restrict their opponent to under 30.
Yeah, man, I told you it's pretty hard. But a nice little range right there. Stroking it green, 79-30, and Switzerland is putting on a show.
Goodness knows what we're going to get from this group. I feel like when we were doing the little intro, Vince, I'm not sure at what time the stream decided to do its thing. We were trying to talk about favorites, trying to maybe pick a group that is tougher than the rest. What about you watching along in the chat? Is it from the group that we're watching now, or are there another nation? Do you feel like Group B maybe is a bit easier? Let us know. Italy getting talked about big time from our special guest as a big reason why Group B might be a bit tricky. Maybe if you think there's an extra nation in one of the groups, that makes it harder. We want to know what you want to know. Social media, Twitch chat right now. Is there a particularly tricky group, one that's harder than the others?
Absolutely. Now, what I'm going to go to is eFIBA.basketball. I just see 82-33. Switzerland's going around, and I can see Portugal is leading the pack when it comes to Group 1. Italy leading in Group 2. Ukraine leading in Group 4. Turkey leading in Group 3. And Group 5, France is tied with Croatia, Greece, and Poland. As Alper said, we got to be very, very tricky when it comes to Spain and also France, because that point guard position is very difficult. But Portugal definitely showing up. They are the alphas of Group 1, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen in these other groups.
And big when you consider then that Switzerland, Albania are the bottom 2 of Group 1 thus far, and it is very early days, is going to mean Albania, while they will be fine heading on to match day 2, going to have a massive job to do. Switzerland, they can get on up there. The likes of Finland, like we saw from our little segment earlier, Austria, and as you mentioned, Vince, Portugal, the favorite, the leader of Group 1, early days, match day 1.
All right, and here we go. And like I said, we got so many games happening today, 55 games that are happening all through the day. And that is the game 88 to 35 and almost won that skill boost of conceding the team to 30 points. And then a nice little leapfrog. You were talking about these emote animations. I mean, is that a little bit of a taunt? Like, how can we really say, is that cool? Not cool? Like,
It's
explain
just
that for me.
my main reason why I don't want to take the loss in Pro-Am more than anything, because you've got to sit there through to the end. Goodness knows you cannot quit out in 2K24. You can't save your boost. Don't worry about any of that. You got to sit there and cop the L, then cop the little dance at the end. It just hurts that little bit more, no matter what level you're playing at.
Gotcha. And that's everybody, if you're just tuning in, this is eFIBA Season 2, and we got 61 nations that are playing in 7 different regions. I'm your main man, Vince Chang. This is my co-host, and also one of the experts when it comes to NBA 2K24, Nate Patrick. And you are watching history right now in which any one of these teams will have a chance to go all the way to Sweden and have a chance to win 50,000 euros for the first ever in-person event, and I can't wait to see it's going to come out on time. And this is only day 1. We still got 3 more weeks, Nate, of competition. But what can you take out from today so far when it comes to the competition?
We're flying around, man. I'm trying to keep up, looking at the different nations. I told you that I've got plenty of DMs, so thank you, Nate PTK on social media. I don't need the plugs. You all found me and started saying who to talk about, who you think the favorites are. I think, to be honest, it's the unexpected things, the emotes, the jerseys, and the fandom in chat. If maybe a little bit of the games are going to form and stuff like that, it has been the passion, the sort of global league that I kept talking about, getting excited for, that's shining through in unexpected ways. One of those nations, by the way, Vince, is Sweden. I'm just wondering, considering we'll be there for a live final, is there anything you can tell me about Sweden? Anything that this Australian should know about that beautiful looking country?
I mean, I'm still trying to find many things about it. I know it's right next to Finland. That's about it. But everyone knows one thing, IKEA, okay? If you're trying to get a couch, if you're trying to get some kind of chair, if you're trying to build something that doesn't have all the parts, that's what they have, okay? They make it difficult for no reason. Nicest people in the world, but very difficult carpenters and engineers. That's the one thing I know about Sweden.
Look, if you'd like to know a fun fact that's just so unnecessary, I actually live across the water from an IKEA. It's the most beautiful view you've ever seen. Crystal clear water, some lovely mangroves, and then IKEA in the distance. I'll take a photo, I'll put it up. Big fan, Sweden, okay? I don't find it difficult to assemble. I'm very grateful, Vince. It's how my whole house is decked out.
Gotcha. And really quick, before we go off, I want to talk about the regional qualifiers, okay? Just let you know, as I said, 61 teams from 7 nations are going to be playing. And this is how it's broken up. From the Middle East and South America region teams, they were placed into one group in which they have 4 teams. From the Southeast Asia region, the teams were placed in one group with 5 teams. North America, they will have one group when it comes to 6 teams. Africa regions were placed into 3 groups in which they will have 2 of 5 teams and 1 group of 4 teams. The Europe, since it's the biggest, will have 5 groups of 4 and also 5 teams, and then 1 group of 6 teams. And then we're going to jump into the finals, in which when it comes to the Oceania, only 1 team is going to be able to go through. Top 2 is going to go to the regional finals, with the Middle East, South America, and Southeast Asia. 3 of the top in the North America, 4 in Africa, and also 5 in Europe, in which we're not going to get in detail. There will be a lucky loser bracket. I'm not going to break it down, but basically 6 of the top will be advancing to the finals in their respectable regions. Now, Nate, what do you think is going through all these teams' minds who are not playing today about this season when it comes to eFIBA?
Well, the good news is I don't need to guess too much, because we've had plenty of them in the chat and again in the DMs, not just the players, but the coaching staff, checking out what their competition might be. Now, here I am thinking that might be a little bit optimistic. Maybe make sure you're getting through your region first. Worry about that before you're thinking about Sweden, before the big world finals. But hey, who am I to tell the coaches how to do their job? They're already scouting their opponents. Maybe it is Italy, Portugal, Spain, some big nations that they're there to check out nice and early.
Yep, I'm gonna check out nice and early. And if you just tune it in again, there are 26 federations that are gonna be in the Europe region: Albania, Austria, Belgium, Croatia, Cyprus, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Great Britain, Greece, Israel, Italy, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Montenegro, Poland, Portugal, Serbia, Slovakia, Spain, Sweden, and also Switzerland, the Netherlands, Turkey, and Ukraine. We already got an amazing interview from Alper, and I'm trying to pronounce that very carefully, from Turkey, and a lot of strong talent. Now, you said you're from Australia, right, Nate?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we still got New Zealand. Australia was not able to compete, but are you still rooting for your brothers across the water, or you still got that kind of rivalry against New Zealand?
Oh, friends, we got Guam as well. I feel like a lot of the Australians got very excited when they saw that Guam were involved. And New Zealand, maybe it is their time to shine. Maybe this is all for a reason. If they are the little brothers, if maybe they've been overlooked at times, this could be the year that they really put themselves on the map. Maybe head on over to Sweden, maybe cause a few upsets or two. They are lovely, lovely people over there. The players on the roster this season will be there to make mates with you, if nothing else.
Oh my God, and I really can't wait to see who's going to come out on top, because it is insane. So much competition, it's crazy. And again, we have a chance to see someone go on the road of becoming the first ever true world champion. Like, that's also I want to talk about world champion, because this is 61 nations. It's not just one country going out each other. It's literally so many different federations coming together. And also, please go to eFIBA, okay, .basketball, to find out what's going on every single game. Now, I'm going to share my screen for y'all, okay? Share my screen, because we're going to go to the Twitter page, because a lot of things have been happening. And let's see who's really been, giving up, some information. Okay.
Is this okay? Is your privacy being invaded here? You're just happy to go straight into the DMs and start sharing. Fair enough.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're going to see. Okay, I'm going to see what they're going on right now. All right. As you see, we're on the Twitter page, as you can see. I just got to make sure I X some stuff out. All right. And as you see, this is eFIBA official. And I want you guys to know, post anything when it comes to hashtag eFIBA finals and also eFIBA qualifiers. As you see, the world finals is in, the DreamHack winter is going to be in your shooting. And also, it's going to be crazy. What I really love about it is that we have a chance to see some players play in person, which, again, Nate, you have, definitely commentated so many different parts when it comes to basketball. What is the difference between playing an online event versus an offline, in your opinion?
Oh, it's everything. Again, I've had the pleasure, I guess, of being one of those rarities where you have international flavor. We all know where the game was born, where it's focused. But every time an international player makes it big, makes it into that pro scene, you can't help but get around it. And it is in an in-person event where I guess you sort of see that maturity, or really what it has to take to be a pro. We've seen it locally here down under. We've seen it across Asia, to be quite honest. Goodness knows those gaming houses can make a big difference. When the big money's on the line, when the title of world champion is on the line, if you don't have that in-person experience, I gotta be honest, Vince, I think you'll find the opportunity passes you by.
All right, as you said, but as we're going through that, and that's a great analysis right there. You need that in-person experience to really be able to compete on that level, because with people watching, you're not in the safety of your home. You're not just chilling in your boxers, having a bowl of Cheetos. You actually have to take a second and realize.
How do you know what I've got going on down here? You can't see the Cheetos. What are you doing? I thought I was zoomed in well enough.
You got some food over there, man. You got some Cheetos.
Nah, I'm a professional through and through. I definitely don't have...
Man got snacks during this period.
I got snacks, man. I got snacks. You need them for a big day like this, all right? The energy is real. It's so exciting seeing all these different nations, some getting their very, very first chance in eFIBA. Why not snack while you're at it? The pros can do their thing, Vince. I'm going to do mine.
Oh, no, absolutely, man. That's what I'm talking about. Just being real. Just being real. If you're going to snack away. But again, go to all different social media when it comes to eFIBA. Again, that's eFIBA.basketball. That's the online. That's the website. But also eFIBA_official when it comes to X. I keep confusing X with Twitter. I gotta make sure, but it's still twitter.com, which is weird. I mean, explain that to me, Nate. Why is it still twitter.com, not just x.com?
Nah, either or. I don't like these gatekeepers of the site. The most important thing is that you get your messages through. Obviously, we're talking Twitch chat, but as you saw before, the eFIBA socials, and don't forget about that website. Vince says it better than I can, eFIBA.basketball. You can keep up to date. You can see what games are coming up, and then maybe even pick which ones are shown on stream. Maybe even clip your best bits, maybe your funniest moment, your upsets, your big highlight plays. We'll do our best to show them, I'm sure. Goodness knows, Vince has given us all access, apparently. We can see everything we want. Respect, Vince.
All right, cool. All right. So as you already know, we're still going with the games of today when it comes to eFIBA Season 2, and we are in the Europe region. All right. Now we're going to go to, I think we have Slovenia and Switzerland. Want to make sure, and also go to the chat to make sure. I want to know which team you want to watch. And we got a lot more games, as I said. But again, if you go to eFIBA.basketball, then you can find out who's been playing, who's been on top of the leaderboards, because these different groups are going crazy. As we just talked about how Portugal is definitely showing out in their respectable group, but there's a lot of different countries that are trying to get on top and get their ticket to go to Sweden. All right, now Nate, what else can we know about this season, baby?
I really wanted to make clear that the skill boosters, I love talking about them. You know I can't shut up about them. I never will. You'll never stop me. They'll have to lock me up. They're going to be calculated at the end of each match day. So you've got a bit of intrigue. Just because you think your nation won, maybe, you know, they took their dubs. Goodness knows we saw Spain with a massive result earlier. Don't think you know exactly what the standings on the leaderboard are. You need to stay all the way through to the end. Maybe we'll just hold off posting them on social media too, just a little bit. Make sure you're tuned in, because your nation, maybe they haven't had a great day. Maybe it's a good day. It could turn great with those skill booster points.
All right. Yep. Those skill booster points are definitely going to be a factor to find out who's going to be on top. And I'm telling you, a lot of people want to go undefeated so you can get that definite 24 points. But again, as you said, we got some master mathematicians that came up with this calculation on how they're going to find us with the best. I mean, I can't do the math. Maybe you could do the math. I'm just the appetizer. I mean, I'm not that talented when it comes to, you know, to doing certain numbers. But I can't wait to see who's going to come out on top. But then let's see what we got some games going on, because I want to see some real ballers play. And we talked about different builds. Now, you said that you're a lockdown defender because Alper is that shooter. So basically, you can shut him out if you guys played one-on-one. That's what you were saying?
Yeah, but then could I score on him? That's the other part of the equation. To have 96 driving dunk, because as somebody maybe has a bit of a target on them sometimes, it does feel a lot better to know once you get to the rim, you can definitely jam it down. Maybe a teammate wants to test you out with an oop or two. I can score okay, Vince, but I prefer to be the teammate. I don't mind if I'm playing with mates, if I'm playing with someone I've never met before. You just sort of go into the rec, go into the no squad section. Fam, come and join me. I just enjoy playing the game, to be honest, Vince. You see the infectiousness, the cheeky smile and whatnot here for eFIBA Season 2. I can't get enough. Give us more games, more nations, please.
All right, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's what eFIBA Season 2 is about, and that's what the new game's about. And if you know how to do your build better than me, I still got to find you on. Are you PS5 or are you Xbox?
PS5, baby. Don't you worry. We can all play alongside one another now. But if you want to talk builds, I don't know if we do it now. Twitch chat, maybe let us know what your build is. You think you got a cracked one, but I'll help you out anytime, Vince. I'm a massive My Player Builder nerd. You know, a lot of people, they get the new game and they just sort of launch straight in. I'm there on the builder, moving the attributes by one, just sort of seeing where I can maximize stuff. Massive nerd, that's who I am.
Got it. All right. Now, let's just talk about the group standing. We got the group standings ready for everybody. I think it's time to see where people are when it comes to the first day. Now, let's bring it up right here. As you can see, Portugal is up with Finland right behind Austria, Switzerland, Lithuania, and Albania. That is Group A. And then, Nate, I want you to break down Group B.
Reminder that those points are predetermined, as we were talking about before, where you finish determines how many points you're going to get. And here we go. Group B, we were talking about it. Is it the toughest one right now? Italy on top, the Netherlands in second, Belgium third, Estonia fourth, Serbia, a bit to do, currently 5th of 5.
All right. Like it. All right. Italy, Netherlands, Belgium. That's insane. Now, Group C, let's see who's up on top. And guess what? That's not a surprise. Turkey, number 1 with the 24 points. Germany right behind, which we saw they are very competitive. Israel in third. Luxembourg in the 4th place. And Montenegro coming in 5th. But they still have some time for today. But as of right now, the reigning champs are up top.
Group D, baby. Great Britain might be one of the most slept on sort of federations that we've been talking about. There was a big moment last year where a particular UK competitor made a big name for himself. It is the Brits on top. Ukraine in second, meaning Spain, one of the early favorites, early on in third. Slovakia in 4th, Cyprus in 5th.
Awesome. I want you to break down Group E as well. I want you to break down as well, because I think you got it better than me.
Fam, I'm enjoying it. I'm so sorry. If you hear the silence, that's me with about 400 tabs open, loving looking at all the data. Croatia on top in Group E. And I'll be honest, I thought France would be on top at the start, on top all the way throughout. Greece up there in second. This is, of course, about halfway through with plenty of matches still to come. France, there they are in third. Poland in 4th, and Sweden, I said they were the favorites, maybe not in terms of skill, but in terms of that support, your emotional favorite, maybe everyone's second nation, if you can have it. You don't need to have citizenship to be a fan here in eFIBA Season 2. It is the Swedes in 5th. A reminder that match day 1 won't eliminate any of the teams. It's not impossible to progress through your regional finals, but it will, I guess, result in a big statement, an early indicator, the form guide, the momentum can mean so much. Wonderful to have eFIBA Season 2 taking place throughout all of October, a bit of November as well. You get yourself a global esports league so early on in the title cycle. Massive shout out for everyone getting that involved. What a mammoth effort. I hope you do enjoy the festival of basketball, if you will, that this sort of format is giving you. We jump all around the world, jump across games in different regions, make sure everybody gets their chance to enjoy it. Tell you what, I know Vince has been watching along, picking up some favorites, learning along the way, and being proven right when it comes to those skill boosters.
Yep, I'm telling you, Lithuania versus Switzerland. Let's see who's going to come out. We saw Switzerland definitely showing that they are an alpha dog when it comes to eFIBA Season 2. But I can see this is going to be a tough game already. 7-6. All right, Switzerland down by 1. Lithuania with the beautiful green jerseys, crossing over, taking, trying to do that point guard, stroking it green, left them like a bad relationship. Shout out to my man,
Green
Montgomery.
jerseys,
That cross
green
was
timing,
sick,
baby, all the way through Lithuania. One of those nations just known for their quality in basketball. I know growing up, I didn't know anything else about them. They were great at playing hoops, it appears, in the digital version here in NBA 2K. Goated on the sticks as well. Have a look at those jerseys, Vince. We're talking about how good the Estonians were. What about that? Is that one of the early favorites for you, that color scheme?
Possibly. I do like creativity. I like when people take it to the next level and basically put their mark when it comes to putting their representation of their federation on their back. But as you can see, 10-9, and I'm thinking Lithuania may come out on top with that beautiful three from downtown.
Around. I'm getting the DMs going. This is what happens when we get this happening, Vince. People want to see everything all at once. Portugal 78, Albania 21, and that's just at half time.
Oh my God. I like it. I like it. I need it. I need more of it. I'm telling you, so many different games are going on, and definitely go to eFIBA.basketball to find out exactly what's going on and who is on top. As you see, 13-12, a 1-point game. I think we got some competition here, Mr. Patrick.
Before, I did mention that it was the clash of the bottom two in the group, meaning they get a bit of separation from Albania. Happy times. and then all of a sudden you're up against Lithuania. You got to do it all again. What about the stamina these players need on a big match day? It's one thing to sort of, I guess, enjoy yourself, muck around in the rec center. Then it's another to take it up to Pro-Am. What about playing here in eFIBA Season 2? These competitors need to be switched on. Not much time to relax at all in between games, Vince.
Absolutely, and then you got to make sure you put your skills out right here, all right? The amount of hours that you put in playing this NBA 2K version is insane, but the one thing, as we keep hearing, it's a more difficult to, to shoot, more difficult to cross, more difficult to do so many things that we found so rudimentary in the past versions.
Look forward
but now
to
it's getting even more
hearing
insane.
from these players as we go throughout. Lovely 3-ball goes down. We're going to find out a lot more about these regions. Maybe a good chance for them to announce themselves, as much as there's been plenty of research done. I know my fellow co-host India has got a lot of fun tidbits to bring to you when he gets the opportunity. But in the meantime, maybe the countries can announce themselves, tell their own story, Vince.
Their own story. But now we're going to talk about this. We're going to go to the votes. We want to know who you want to see for the next game. All right, next game, 21-17. As you see,
Wait,
things are getting crazy.
Am I allowed
right
to vote?
here,
I don't know if we
eFIBA
covered that
Season
or
2. Can we vote? I don't know.
Can
Can we
anyone
vote?
stop me from voting?
Let's try. Let's do it.
We'll see. Twitch chat,
I don't think
maybe
no
if you're
traffic voting.
really pulling in one direction. I won't fight against the tide. And I tell you what, whoever's picking them as default has picked some gold for us early on. Lithuania up by just 1. Extreme 5K. One of those players, again, getting spammed every which direction. One of those facilitators, if you like. One of those bits of glue that holds a team together. You can base a team around. Shot not going there. And there is a lovely jam in response. Yes, please, to take the lead, the Swiss.
That was a jam, 23-22, absolutely brutal. Real quick, Lithuania and their squad is Kamelis, Bo Taken, Frixen, Domo Goaded, and Extreme 5K in Switzerland, Ria 2K, Benga Payne, Ranger Brian, APX, and also IDG. And this team is definitely showing that they have a chance to lead in this respectable
Yes,
group
please,
because they got
fam,
some talent there.
Have a look right there on your screen. What game do you want? We said this season's all about your get voting. I'm going to put it open right now, but I'm not going to vote. I'm going to let you all decide. Portugal, Finland, Spain, Great Britain, Montenegro, Israel. I feel like I know, Vince, the game I'd like to see out of that. Goodness knows some pro players that would like to make a big name for themselves on match day 1. Are you leaning in any particular direction?
I mean, are you rhyming with bait? Itten? Because I just know that that game is going to be insane. I already know about Mario. We already know about a lot of the players.
That
so
has to be the
I'm
best
voting for
and
that one
worst
right there. I
rhyme
wanna
I've
see
ever
Spain
heard.
break
The
break
least
first.
subtle way of doing it. But look, having a look so far, 100% of the votes are saying the same thing. It looks like we're all thinking the same direction, and yet Portugal have been incredible so far. We enjoyed that content from the Finns before. Montenegro, Israel fans, get voting. It's your league. Let us know who you want to see.
Yeah, exactly. But as you see, this game right now is coming down to the wire, 27-27, with only 2:37 left in the quarter. I really want to know who's really going to come out on top of this, because both these teams are showing a lot of talent, a lot of poise, a lot of skill. Ria 2K definitely visit right to the corner. Let's see if he can knock it down. Oh, on balance, but good offensive rip. But I think that's a turnover, and we're going to see
57
the Switzerland
apiece.
come out on top.
Love seeing a bit of the meta unfold. I know we're sort of saying it's a bit of a festival of 2K. We're jumping around the games. It's not like your traditional broadcast. And yet this early on, maybe we'll work out a few patterns of play, a few plays that indeed can be run for a bit of meta. We were talking about the builds before, and there's a shot you'd expect to go down every single day of the week in 2K23. The timing in 2K24, far more difficult. It's almost if, Vince, you call yourself the Steph Curry of 2K, You've picked a very brave year to do it, considering how difficult shooting is.
Anybody, because that's just confidence. But a nice three-pointer by Switzerland, 27-30, minute 43 left in the quarter. But I'm liking these no-look passes. A lot of swag when it comes to the assists of this particular game. But a nice three, but couldn't hit his
When you
mark.
have one of
And now
those
Switzerland
skill
going down for
boosters,
the fast
you
break.
need to have an assist-to-points ratio of 35% or more. You can do those no-look passes, those flashy passes, maybe a bounce oop or two. Make sure you earn your team an extra point. I guess that is one of those, Vince, where it doesn't matter how many points you score. That is to say, if you don't have maybe the best game offensively, as long as you're playing a team game, throwing the rock around, you almost guarantee yourself 1 point.
Lithuania not going anywhere, and you're absolutely right, could guarantee 1 point, but as you can see, great unselfish pass to the big fella. It's only a 4-point game. Switzerland only up by those 2 buckets, but I gotta see if Lithuania can keep their cool, but they can't. A nice little strip, fast break. Is it gonna be a showtime though, Ali? But no.
With so much going
smart
on, and
foul
I tell you
to
what, I
stop
feel
the
like
break.
all my screens have eFIBA or basketball on them right now. I have forgotten, Vince, I can actually see you while this is going on. I'm so locked into what's happening, and so I was just enjoying looking at your face, calling that play just there. Man's leaning into the monitor, on edge, waiting to see what's going to happen. You truly love to see it.
Nah, man, I got the energy. You got energy too. We're 2 brothers made in heaven. I mean, when we're gonna go out, we're gonna have a pint. We're having a great time. All see America. We're not enemies. We're brothers in arms. And I love seeing you. And I can't wait for a continuation for this whole month of October to keep
I could never
commentating.
be Chris.
Thank you so much.
I could
Nate,
never
for being a
replace
part of it.
Chris. I'm just gonna be me. If it helps, everybody goes through the same old rite of passage. They're like, this guy couldn't possibly be that excited all the time. And then at those in-person events that you were talking about, they're like, oh, no, this is just some weird, quiet nerd who starts watching digital hoops and he just starts screaming like a lunatic. Yes, sir, please, let me get to know these nations. Let me find out some hidden gems, some of the best 2K players from around the world we might not have seen on the big stage yet.
Yeah, exactly. All right, that ends the quarter, 39-32. Switzerland is up by 7, as you see, 12 points for that great play on Lithuania APX. And I've got to admit, Lithuania is showing that they can actually really ball, because to be in this predicament going into the next quarter, they only need about 2 more plays just to stop and a bucket, and they'll be straight. And I think this is going to go down to that 4th quarter and see who's going to come out champion.
Not just
of
for this game, what about on the leaderboard, the opportunity to enter the top 2 if you're good enough, and of course dependent on those skill booster points. And there is an early strip, an early steal rather, in transition. The big man for 3, it never looked good out of the hand. The timing, something these competitors are going to need many more months to perfect, even if you've got takeover. Evidently, Vince, I've never seen so many bricks. You could build a house or 2 with the 3s just from take that haven't gone in.
But as you said, a lot more difficult is if you're using the shot stick or you're pressing down the X button. We don't know what's going to happen. But as we could talk about Group 1, Portugal, Finland, Austria, Switzerland, Lithuania, Albania. Portugal's up on top, behind, tied with Finland. Austria and Switzerland tied as well. Lithuania, Albania are trailing. But Lithuania really trying to give a run for Switzerland's money, but it's now a 10-point lead. I mean, we just blinked, and then Switzerland is coming out on top with 3:52 left in the quarter. And I gotta admit, Lithuania is going up, and it may be a shot clock violation, but rejected, baby. Talk about a Mirska Bara kind of rejection.
So good. The big man with their hand in the face on the perimeter and follow it up again. You got 24 seconds. You end up with nothing. No points, just a couple of blocks right in your face. Terrific defending.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see Mutombo going, no, no, no. They got to have a meet here saying, no, no, no, not today when it comes to NBA 2K24. But anyway, as you see, Switzerland Mr. Payne trying to make sure he's not going to make it rain today. Riga 2K giving it today, but a nice little cross pass. But again, couldn't finish.
Contests are
Lithuania
certainly
trying
something
get
to
the break
keep your eye on. How many red time contests result in red time shots? We've seen some big greens. You might have even seen some clips, some highlights on social media about contested shots going down. I dare say they are the aberration, the sort of breaking of the rule. You've got to take your wide opens, your opens. Your timing is difficult enough even when you are open, as you see right there, let alone with a contest. Get that ball moving. You might get yourself a skill booster point. You'll certainly get yourself a better look.
All right, I'm liking these jump passes that Switzerland is trying to complete, but then that cross all the way down, fast break pass, almost was intercepted. Let's see if any of these badges are going to come into play, because we got to talk somewhat of these badges, because a lot of things were taken away from last year, but this year it's going to be insane. A lot of added ones were added, and I got to admit, what were your favorite badges of last year?
Straight on. What even was 2K23? I immediately am thinking about the touch passer badge from this year. There are a lot of builds that do not have much pass accuracy. You need to go all the way to 87 even just to be able to bail out, for goodness sake. But that touch passer badge means if you put it through a particular amount of hands, you just get that rock moving. Every pass increases the speed, the ball movement, but also the likelihood of the shot going down. Is probably why we're seeing point guards not dominate and the ball moving through hands. Try and get that wide open three. And hey, bit of layup timing. You don't need to perfect it, Vince. You just need to be adult enough, be responsible enough to take that on. I feel like that would be, you'd be trying to time everything.
Exactly right, 35 to 47. Yeah, because as you know, last year, limitless takeoff, bully, clamp breaker, menace, mismatch expert, quick first step, vice grip, and clutch shooter, floor general, volume have all been taken off. And now, when it comes to this year, we got stuff like fast feet, you know, right stick rip, new stuff when it comes to speed booster. I mean, my favorite is Agent 3. I mean, I love shooting a 3, and that's been a crazy badge. It's been helping a lot of these builds. But as you said, going to the wreck, building up your points, trying to make sure that you are talented enough to make sure that your personal avatar is the top as you can. As you say, raining it from downtown right there is the best avatar you can to compete.
That's why I spent so long in that My Player Builder. Admittedly, it's just for me to muck around in rec. How much more for these pros, some of them budding professionals, where this is a big chance, not just here in eFIBA Season 2, maybe Season 3, and more. Lovely time shot there. A game of runs. It's a little bit of a cliche, but here it's a cliche that rings true. The Swiss racking it up. I guess 15 points, not insurmountable, but in another low-scoring game, Vince, as soon as it gets to double digits, you're almost tempted to call it.
Exactly, and I don't know what happened, but Switzerland put on those after boosters and just went on a rant. But as we can see, Lithuania is not going anywhere, 41 to 53. Just going to go to the chat really quick. Someone's asking, when is Great Britain going to play? They're actually playing Spain in just a little bit. Just stay tuned. We're going to try and get that game for you. And again, back to eFIBA Season 2. Put your votes in the chat. Be willing to say anything that you want when it comes to watching the games. If you got a particular federation you want to see, but oh my God, a poster of Lithuania. It's getting ugly here. There's a couple of them this game, but woo!
I love it. The contact dunks, maybe people think they're not as common. Maybe it's not even as worth it. But the animations this year, there's something else. They do leave you bruised, not just in the game, maybe a bit IRL as well. You fall off your chair, you feel the full weight of it.
Oh my goodness. Now, really quick, I know we got some beautiful faces right there. Let's let you know that right there is Nate Patrick. I'm your man, Vince Chang. You're watching eFIBA Season 2. And I'm just going to really go down with some scores, if you don't mind, because this 43-56 game is, we got like a little break. You know, Great Britain definitely started out the game with 177 points. That can't be correct. I got to check that. That's insane. We got to make sure we do that. That's woo. that update. There we go. 96 points to 39. So that's the last time Great Britain played, and now they're going to be facing against Spain. But that is true. 177 against Slovakia. Nate,
I'm scared,
how can
Vince.
anyone
I
score
told you
177
we were trying to do our
points?
prep, work out about those skill boosters, saying surely 100. The hundy, as I like to call it. What about the double hundy under threat? Maybe we can work in a little bit something special should a team be that adventurous. I've not heard of a score line in Pro-Am getting out to that, let alone at this level of competition. That is wild.
That is wild. Go to eFIBA.basketball to find out the games. Go to schedules and click Europe. That's where I'm getting this information. So I'm not lying. I'm not saying fibs. There have been some really blowouts, but also some really close games as well. But as of right here, a 15-point lead for Switzerland. I don't know what Lithuania can do because it's looking like the Swiss are on top.
Specific federations. I feel like there's a lot that goes behind the scenes to have a performance like this. Every game adding up, of course, every game day really impacting the next until we look towards the World Finals in Sweden. So big shout out. Federations getting in there, setting up the structures and making sure we have the very best players here in eFIBA Season 2.
And I'm telling you, we're seeing some new heroes going on. I see APX just running off. I don't know what APX is doing. He's not even part of the play anymore. I think that's overconfidence. He was trying to cherry pick, but it kind of bit him in the butt because now they just knocked it down. It's only a 12-point game. I know there's 2:56 left in the quarter, but with these scores I'm seeing right now on this schedule, if Lithuania starts getting hot and starts stroking the green, they can catch up.
As long as you get one person with take, even if they don't start pulling the trigger, it certainly brings the defense over. I'm not really sure. That's just a simple miscommunication. Really? Corner to hash to corner back to hash? It's way too simple. I know we're saying to time your shot is a little bit trickier this year. For Lithuania to get back into it, can we at least just get some man-to-man defense? Not step over the sideline as well. How close was that? We'd take the shot not going down, just making it all too complicated because at the other end, simple transition basketball, a bit of a bump, mind you, so you won't get the bucket. Just would like to see Lithuania slow it down, bring it back to a little pick and roll, pick and pop, because every shot is going to that man and it just ain't dropping.
Nope. 48-63. Only 2 minutes left in the quarter. We got more games for you throughout the entire day, but a two-hammer slammer jammer right from underneath the basket. Switzerland putting that stamp on this game, saying, nah. We're trying to rise our leadership board.
Don't worry even just about the skill boosters, because you know I will be. I'll talk about them forever. But what about maybe just trying a thing or two in this stage of the game? We've seen it's a lower scoring quarter comparatively, just 9-5 on your screen now. Make that 10 with the free throw. Maybe it's a good opportunity to run some different plays. Maybe try and take some shots you wouldn't normally take. For these future games, Vince, we've got such an extended season here in Season 2. Got to be thinking long term, at least a little bit.
Gotcha. Now again, 67-48. I mean, I think we can say that Switzerland may come out. They're trying to get revenge from losing to Finland early in the day. But like I said, we got a lot of people from the eFIBA squad. And this guy right here, I'm really honored to have on this eFIBA Season 2 stream. Truly Honcho is here, and I'm going to bring him right now. Truly, what's up, man? Looking fresh to death. Woo!
Hey, guys, how are you doing?
Oh, man, can you hear me, brother?
Huncho Nation, baby. It's well and
Yeah,
truly hit eFIBA Season 2. How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, man. I'm enjoying the games. It's been some exciting games for real. So, yeah.
Oh, man, crazy, is it? So right now, from all the games, what is the craziest ones you've seen so far today?
I don't think he's... You there? You got Vince?
I gotta start with my own country, of course. Seeing us win game 1, the Netherlands, that's huge. That's huge for the basketball in the Netherlands. So that's definitely a shocking one. I wasn't expecting it. But huge shout out to the guys from the Netherlands for taking the first one. They lost the second one, but it's still 3 more games. So
Loving the hoodie, by the way. I'm sorry, Vince. I'm taking over because I'm just like
Got it.
mesmerized.
Yeah, that's
Looking at that hoodie. Here I am. What am I doing with the button up? Man's repping eFIBA, and of course, going on about the Netherlands, Huncho Nation. I'd expect nothing else. Were you expecting, though, some of these big score lines? What have we got? Portugal with 150 points. Great Britain 177. Did you see that coming?
I didn't see it coming. I saw Spain having a huge score as well. I mean, it's insane. Like, we all struggling with the shooting, but these guys are just automatic. These guys are just crazy with it. And this is what I love about the eFIBA, right? So all the talents from around the world is coming together and prove that they can do their thing. And it's just a beautiful thing to see.
That's beautifully said. But I do want to shout out something about you, Huncho. I'm loving the color of the room. The eFIBA beautiful purple. Like, did you do that on purpose for the background? Because it looks amazing.
No, I always got this background. It's just like whenever I'm chilling and all that, this is the color. This is the go-to color, right? So whenever I'm streaming, I need bright colors, but whenever I'm chilling, I need these colors. But
Damn, that's not bright.
Not bright at all.
Dude, it's brighter than my future at the very least. Huncho killing it as always.
I got a light sitting at the top of my desk, so you guys can see me. If I turn that light off, it will be dark.
I've learned a thing or two already. Big scores. You're saying the shots aren't going down, Huncho. Does that mean that your 2K24 not quite as expected? You're going to learn some things from these pros from these nations?
Man, I can learn some dribbling skills. Like, I got the shooting down just today. I was messing around with the jump shot builder. Like you said, you are a my player builder nerd. So I opted into the jump shot creator to become a nerd of the jump shot creator. And yeah, I found the meta. So, but the dribbling is still kind of odd. Still need to learn some things. So these pros will definitely help.
Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back, Huncho, real quick. If you've like found a cracked jump shot, I know you're gonna have a video on it. Can you give us a little leak? Any spoilers?
Jonathan Isaac base is cash if you are 6'10" and over.
All right, so let's get the notepad out right now. Jonathan Isaac, 6'10". All right, thank you very much, Huncho. That's why we get you on, just so that I can get ahead of the rest of them. You're ahead with the color scheme. Goodness knows I need all the jump shooting tips I can get. Vince, sorry, that was for personal gain. Have you got any actual questions on behalf of the eFIBA team?
Well, I do got a question now. We just talked to Alper from Turkey, and I do have to ask about the skill boosters. What is your opinion on the skill boosters when it comes to this season, when it comes to eFIBA?
Man, it's a great addition, and I honestly feel like some guys will definitely go crazy with it. Some huge challenges ahead. It's gonna make the season even more exciting.
Love it, Huncho.
I
love that
also,
we're talking.
Speaking about Alper, huge shout out to Alper, one of the biggest in Europe. And man, if Ronnie 2K watches this, give this guy a logo, man. Huge shout out to Alper, man.
At Ronnie 2K, I feel like that's going to be happening quite a bit as we go. But Huncho, is it fair to say, not just on behalf of the Netherlands, Europe, maybe even just more internationally, that you're a firm believer in this tournament, the exposure it's going to give some of these players that maybe are sometimes overlooked?
Yeah, for real. Like that's huge about the eFIBA, right? So for a lot of people, like the 2K League is out of reach. Like they feel like it's out of reach. And they are getting their chance right now in this tournament. And they are getting like the lights are shining on them right now. They can prove that they got game. Like we got skilled players all around the world, but sadly they don't really got the exposure like that. So the eFIBA is great to bring that exposure to these guys.
Love it.
That's what I'm talking about. That exposure is clear. Like, and the one thing I love about it is that also different countries have a chance to represent their respective federation. Now, I see that you're definitely a huge Netherlands fan. They're definitely doing well. Now, you see their group, but there's a lot more competition when it comes to Europe. Who do you think right now is the top team to compete against?
Man, early to say, right? But seeing Spain win by a lot, I really feel like Spain is gonna be like one of the top competitors. But yeah, we still need to see the North American guys. We still need to see everybody. I mean, my country definitely going to Sweden. They believe it, so I believe it. So we'll see those guys in Sweden.
I love that confidence. I'm not sure if I'm going to Sweden or not. So if you're already booking your ticket as a player, as a nation, well played indeed. Is that then the goal? Is there any sort of expectation, or is it really Sweden or bust from the Netherlands then, Huncho? Tell it like it is.
Now, like from my standpoint, I went in with zero expectations. So winning the first game was huge. But I spoke to some guys of our team. They are confident. So I'm really looking forward to the rest of the games. They're actually playing right now, I think. So it's time to switch to these games, see what they can do, and hopefully Sweden. It will be big. But just participating in this tournament alone is just huge. I was not expecting that. So
All right, I'm definitely in that. Now, I have another thing, though, because we got people in the chat. They're saying, where did you get that fresh hoodie? I mean, somebody's always asking that. They want it in black and pink. They want it in purple. You know, who gave you that hoodie? Because I don't have a hoodie yet, and I'm from eFIBA Season 1. Who gave you that?
all right, so for the eFIBA Season 1, we did a launch stream for NBA 2K24. NBA 2K24 has only been out for like a month, and we was giving these hoodies away to the community who was watching the stream. So a couple guys got these hoodies sent their way right now, and yeah, I got one too, and it's comfy, and I'm representing the eFIBA. Like, whenever I'm walking outside, I'm wearing it. People come up to me, ask me, yo, what does the eFIBA mean? I explain them, it's one of the biggest tournaments in the world, and they got to check it out.
I like it. Yo, and Nate, any other final questions for this man? Because this guy's a celebrity. Because the one thing I will say this, I didn't know you were in NBA 2K24. I saw the interview. You got to tell me, what's it like being a celebrity on that game that's been so iconic in the world?
No, I'm not a celebrity, but it's just crazy seeing yourself in the game. Like, whenever I'm loading up and just seeing the 2K TV interview, it's big, and I hope that I can like inspire people who actually play this tournament. That whenever you believe in something, you can make it happen. So just put your mind to it, make it happen. And yeah, seeing myself in the game is surreal, of course. Like, loading up the game you love to play, like I'm spending all my time off on the game, and seeing myself in it, it's huge. Like, the first time it happened, it actually got me crying. So
That's why we love you, man. That's why we're big Huncho Nation fans. Go follow the man on socials. I'm sure if you're watching the broadcast, you are already. Maybe you'll get you a hoodie. Huncho, an absolute pleasure. Like, I don't have tears right now thinking about it, man. Wonderful to see how far you've come. No doubt for yourself, just like eFIBA. It's just the beginning, mate. Even bigger things to come.
yeah, we really go way back, huh, Nate?
And then I went to the Netherlands, and then Huncho's like, you want to catch up? And then I went back to Australia, and I didn't catch up. So might need to make good on that another time. That's my bad, man.
Man, maybe a coffee in Sweden.
Hey, yeah, I think Vince is shouting.
I'm just laughing because maybe a coffee in Sweden, but I love this bromance I'm seeing right now. That's beautiful. Yo, but thank you so much, Hunter, for your time. We can't wait to have you again. We got plenty more games, but your impact is so fruitful. It's so amazing. And congratulations on being part of NBA 2K24. And you are part of history as we speak. So congrats to you, and hope to see you soon. All right, bro?
Appreciate y'all. Y'all doing a great job. And let's go crazy with these next couple of games, guys.
Huncho, man. All right. Take over for IRL friends. That is the GOAT. Huncho with you from the Netherlands, from Europe. You're just a 2K fan. Surely you've come across the man. You love the passion. The smile gets you smiling. I tell you what else does. big games and games that you may have voted for. This is what you wanted. Great Britain and Spain. They have racked up big scores, and maybe this is the game that decides who finishes top of the group. Here on match day 1, we will have the booster points, your skill boosters, don't forget about them. But in terms of the actual game, the actual result, what they decide in the moment, and a lovely dime inside. There are big names on both teams, and no doubt, if you like your 2K, you've been interested in the pro scene. There's some vets and maybe some you didn't expect. Of course, Mario, he's always been there. It feels like he always will be, the big man from Spain. And what about one esteemed commentator, Dirk, getting the chance to play for Great Britain? That's right, commentator turned player. The heartbreak from the draft is completely forgotten, as the man could be a part of the team, of the squad that makes their way to Sweden. What a little storyline that would be. In the meantime, he's seen it all, can help his team with some experience, with some little coaching on the side. No doubt some impeccable gameplay from one Dirk. Shout out, brother. Great to see success for so many people that this competition brings. Opportunities you may not have had before. You might not have thought you got the shot. And with a 9-point lead, Great Britain, Vince, in a big game, it is the Brits who take the early advantage. As we say early advantage, we're almost at the end of the third. It's another low scorer.
I mean, you were talking about this game almost all day. You were just salivating at the lips. This going, I want to see these 2K League players go against each other. I want to see the Goliaths. I want to see the Titans. And we got Great Britain and also Spain. I mean, already know Mario. You know the whole lineup on Great Britain. 48-39. This is a typical game that you'll see on the pro level. But I have to admit, I didn't know Great Britain was going to make this much of an impact, because I've seen people in the chat keep rooting for them. So who do you think is going to come out on top?
I think they have to, at the moment, continue to have that favorites tag. It is something that I know I've overlooked. I did last year. I sort of alluded to it, not so much in 5s, but in 3s. A few Brits getting their chance and taking it, really making names for themselves, and I didn't see it coming. Thought I did my research. My research was lacking. Surely here, I can't do the same thing, Vince. I can't overlook them again. I'd be a fool too. So I've got to go Great Britain to lead this group after match day 1, maybe all the way through, maybe even book that ticket to Sweden.
Gotcha. All right, real breakdown on the teams with Great Britain. We got V. Gunnar, we got 𝐂𝐄𝐂, we got 𝐂𝐇𝐄𝐂 𝐎𝐔𝐓, the Chini, and also Son the Rule. And also for Spain, we got 𝐼𝐿𝐿, we got 𝐼𝐿𝐿 and J Benga, Ayortor Big Boy, and a one and only Mario 32. We got some banging people. 𝐎𝐿𝐿 and also Mario, two of the players that everyone's going to be looking at because they played in that NBA 2K League. And Nate, you already know about that way better than me, being a part of that fantastic competitive, situation. How you think that's going to transition into eFIBA Season 2?
Oh, very well indeed. You have that, I guess, pro mentality, the pro lifestyle. You have to live and breathe the game, and certainly did just that, making a big name for himself. And then, of course, you can take it back to your teammates now at an eFIBA level. The rest of the Spaniards, let them know what to expect, not just if they do make it to Sweden. In big games, in games like this, maybe it will be that the experience, the little insights, the mentality, the sort of maybe playing it a bit safe when you need to at times in the fourth, that see Spain come back in this final quarter.
Exactly. And again, 11 points. Let's see, what's that going to happen? Nope, 9 points. I'm sorry. Okay, 50-41. Now they're creeping back. I mean, 2 threes, they're right back in it. But Spain is not a team to give up. 4:37 left. It could not.
As you'd expect, V. Gunnar is going to facilitate everything going through him. If you like what's good for you, then you'll find that the lock moves across and you can get your shooting guard to facilitate if need be. But the individual handles on this man, let alone the decision making, kicks it out. The 3 ball doesn't go, but I love the decision making, using every second of that shot clock.
All right, still 4 minutes left. It's plenty of time. That 9-point lead isn't that cushion that Great Britain would want. But nice alley-oop! And oh yeah, delivery! Slammer jammer right here, eFIBA Season 2. That's what I'm talking about. Break down that rim, big boy.
We said fourth quarter plays and that veteran experience, things that maybe you're not expecting if you've been playing sort of rinse, repeat, pick and roll maybe from the inbounds. You come up with a little something special. You just wait for those little moments in game that can change momentum all around. Let's see if Spain can continue that momentum. Great Britain certainly sort of slowing down a little bit, hand in the face, and that won't go. Excellent O-board. Viguna just waiting wisely for the screen to be set. Love the kicks from the big man as well. Brighter than Huncho's room for sure. One more pass needed. The catch is just awful. They'll take the violation, and Spain's defense tightening up when it counts.
I'm telling you, but like I said, Spain can come back. Great Britain got some great players. I mean, both of these are definitely a matchup to see up, because I know Titans when I see them. And I know some legends are going to be born from this season of eFIBA Season 2. And I got to admit, this is going to be one of the matches that we want to see again. But then stroking the green from downtown, 46-50, Spain slowly to tiptoe, trying to get that lead.
As we approach halfway through the fourth, assume that's just that right stick ripper you mentioned earlier with the ball being shown and things slowing down. Can Great Britain a bucket to stop this run from Spain? Running down the lane, drawing players in, what a read, and keeps it inbounds as well with take. That is a very, very wise foul, because that felt like a big momentum play was coming.
All right, I got some people in the chat saying they want to see Croatia, but this game is way too tight to get away from. Only a 4-point lead. Spain keeping the possession. Nice little cross by the point guard, cover to the big man. Underwood, and a nice, I think it was a timeout or a foul. Not sure, I can't see, but I know the teams are going to think it over.
Timeout called. When you see that big man juggling it in the paint, you worry they're going to just sort of stumble out of bounds. So sort of safety first when it comes to big man handles in the paint bins.
Oh, very smart, very smart. I see Spain trying to control it. Someone already has been activated. Take over. Is it going to take over the game? Up, but could not knock it down. But a foul behind the arc. Is that three shots right here?
Yes, sir, and that's why jumping is so risky in 2K24. A hand up, normally good enough to contest or at least put them off. Instead, you give away 3 freebies and the game is to within 1. Coach Moody, you're right, this is a great game indeed.
And it is a great game. This is going to go down to the wire. 2:22 left in the quarter. As you can see, Jinxie, what's he doing? Trying to get that possession. I see a screen trying to come through to get freed up, but amazing suffocating defense from Spain. I like it. I love it. I need more of it. We're unable, but the breakdown, a great turnover. And now we're going down to see what it is. It's going from the corner. Right there, baby, on the elbow. Great three, 52-50. Spain leading by 2.
And of course, it's your veteran big making that pass. He gets the assist on the break. How many options? Surely looking inside for the dunk. Nah, I see you there on the hash, on the perim, and have a steal from the inbound. This run from Spain, will it ever end? They're certainly hoping not to into the final 2, because guess who's got take? Starting nice and deep. There's space from that screen. Maybe just slowing it down. Lovely feed inside. Jam it. Get your 2-possession lead. Spain on fire in the 4th.
Way to break down the defense of Great Britain. Spain finding the open big fella down low with that beautiful cut. But Great Britain is not going anywhere. It's only a 4-point lead for Spain. 1:31 left in the corner. As you see, great handles. That confidence, but unable to convert. And now it's Spain ball. Let's see if they can hold out.
The 2 teams that have scored just ridiculous totals. Can we respect the defending from both teams? In Spain, a little bit more confirmation there. 13-0 in this final quarter so far. That is right. Great Britain held scoreless. Spain, is it an upset? We're not sure. It's certainly a massive comeback.
All All right, let's talk about the groups, but in about a minute 14 left, and this Spain is definitely tied with Great Britain. So whoever comes out on top will be right below Ukraine. As you can see, Spain skip it up a nice cross. Confidence, unable to convert. Great rebound by Great Britain.
Thought the positioning was good there from Spain, but not to be. Getting a little bit of help. These rebounds can be a little bit, what do you want to say, wild. Some of the bouncers not making the bigs very happy at all. For the Brits, just any type of scoring would make them delighted. Unfortunately for y'all, it's another turnover, another steal from the Spaniards. And a bucket here may well be the dagger. Pass inside, jam it down, the 6-point lead. What an incredible fourth quarter from Spain. This is history in the making, Vince.
Call that a hurricane! That reverse 360 jam was absolutely destructive. 51-56, but Great Britain is not out of here. It's just a 4-point game. 2-possession game, too. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter with the 20-second shot clock. As you see, Spain trying to hold out. Now, if Great Britain can get a turnover, this is a whole different ball game. They're definitely going to try about 10 seconds to the difference. But then that was the dagger. Call it from long range. That's what I'm talking about. Spain 59-52.
I was baffled by the foul, but up by 6. They really didn't want a 3 to make it a 1-possession game. And with that dagger 3 at the other end, it seals it. Throw that rock around. You can foul if you want, but I think the Brits know that this is done. Run around, wrap around. Grab that ball for me just to finish it off. There you go. Your nice little lay. A 9-point win. Spain with a 20-2. That's right, 20 points to 2. Final quarter to come from behind to get the big win. May well they dance and celebrate. I'm sure they're doing the same. IRL, what an incredible comeback. Congratulations, Espanol. That was incredible.
They just don't get, baby. But we're going right to another game. Again, this right here, Portugal versus Finland. We don't stop. Like I said, more dynamic in eFIBA Season 2. Back and forth, 43-38. Another close game. Just a 5-point lead by Portugal. 43 seconds left in the third. Let's see how this one's going to turn out, because I think it may just be as close as that Great Britain versus Spain game.
I'm going to need to get like a therapist just for this tournament. My emotions are already invested. No time for closure, Vince. No time to move on. We're just going to skip on to another nail-biter. An incredible game where Finland would be causing a big upset. Would they just come back from what is only a 5-point deficit at the moment? Of course, thanks, commentator. We can make that 8 right on cue, but still well on in things with more than a quarter remaining.
Yeah, exactly. And now this is part of Group 1. Portugal is now leading the pack. Finland behind them, Switzerland, Lithuania, all Albania. Amazing. Because look at this nice deep 3, but off the mark. 46-38. We're going to find out who is the true alpha of Group 1.
Final few seconds. Creative inside. Get that slapped away. Get it out of here. You ain't extending your advantage just yet. Get into the fourth and see what you can do. Those chase down blocks, you love them.
Oh my goodness. Swat that back to where it came from. That was where I took a European smack. It went across every country you could have saw. Went from Spain, Italy, and also probably going all the way to China. Oh man, but dang, this is getting crazy, isn't it?
Woo. What about that deep 3? Sure, it's with take, but we've seen plenty with take not go to reduce the deficit to 5. Finland, please tell us more about you. Get in the chat right now if you're watching. You have a chance for a big upset. Portugal dominant so far throughout today. Of course, stay tuned for those skill booster points right at the end of broadcast here on match day 1. With a big result here. Could well see you. Love and life before those groups are redrawn and whatnot. And certainly just get your nation more on the map. Getting me to do more of my research. Getting India to crunch those stats. Vince to see who's the best slammer jammer on the Finnish team.
Well, I've been seeing some good slammer jammers here, but a deep 3, more range than Yellowstone right there. 2-point game. Finland ain't going nowhere, baby. Now let's see if Portugal can have a response right here on this offensive side.
PT
Oh,
Creative, lovely
that was the
feed.
pajamas I was talking about. I'm sorry, I had to interrupt you. That was too ugly. That was bad. Oh, man, just everything in the face. All right, well, I'm sorry, Nate. Go. Woo, woo.
Vince, don't you ever apologize to me for getting excited about a dunk. The day you start not doing that, I'm out of here. I'll just switch off my webcam. If you think I'm joking, I'm not. We need that, please. That is eFIBA.
And another one, back to back. I'm telling you, revenge is best served cold. What the heck is going on? 48 to 46, 3:22 left in the quarter. These Titans are going at it. They want to go to Sweden. This is another one, but then rejected. You spit in that DM and they blocked you, restricted you, and now they're canceling you. That was terrible.
I'll always love big blocks more than anything else. I know that the decision making, the animations sort of get rent free in your head, but we had that chase down before that I'm still thinking about. I have a look on YouTube. There's not many people that like their blocks, whether it's for a compilation, because of course, your on-ball defending, your strips, your passes, your transition points. It's what gets you wins, Vince, but I don't know, it doesn't get you off your seat like a big block does.
I know, but a nice transition, two-hander slammer jammer, 50 to 46. Portugal trying to keep this lead. It's only 4 points, but can Finland come back? A great offensive rebound, definitely keeping control, trying to keep that poise, getting that body. Now, Bully Bill, they go, but that step back three, oh, it's green, baby. He's eating his vegetables today. I'm going to call that the Popeye, because that was a lot of spinach.
1 point game. Love that from you, Vince. Incredible, as is yet another steal, another pass in the lane, a jammer down, and there you go. Finland with the lead, and enjoy your follows as well. Respect in the bottom right, if you can see it. I gotta say, Finland 76, Austria 34. The game prior, the Finns with a bit of momentum behind them. It's just easy to forget about when you see Albania 50, Portugal 150. The big 3-point margin, Vince. It's going to get the headlines.
It's going to be insane. The amount of scoring that's happening this season is incredible. But because we have so many more games, 55 were today just alone. But 53 to 51, minute and 42 left in the game. A foul. Now, this game is going to come to a possession. I can tell this is not going to be a run win. This is going to be strategic and know exactly how to control the ball. Portugal, point guard, PT Creative. I've seen him play before, and the man is confident. 56-51. That's how you stroke it green in NBA 2K24.
Look, you're right to focus on the positives, but the communication on defense, they're just gone MIA. Everyone running to the same man. How much time and space do you want? You need to knock it down. He does knock it down, but please, can we have some better defending? Can we have the ball just kept in possession for a moment or two? Portugal gonna draw another foul. Here we go, both teams ready for some free throws if they need them.
All right, let's see what happens. Trying to control it here. And I love the realism of this new version of NBA 2K because it's nice, but that was way too deep. That was out of his range. A minute left, 5-point game. Portugal has to be careful because Finland, nice behind the back, two-hander slammer jammer. I call that the sneaky dunk. That's how you do it, keeping your head in the game toward the end of the quarter.
Will this be the tightest game we've seen on broadcast so far today? What did I say about free throws? Keep your discipline? Never mind, we'll just send them straight to the line for some freebies. They'll get their advantage back. It's a bit deflating when you have the early pass, the feed, the jam, and then you just give away 2 for free.
Yep. All right. As you see, it's still a 5-point game, 2-possession game. 2 threes can definitely make Finland a nice little shuttle pass underneath, two-hander jammer. The unselfishness is incredible with this Finland team. I am highly impressed.
Hey, assist to points ratio, 35% or more. It would get you a skill booster point regardless of the result. Something to think about. Maybe it's just the way they play. We'll get the interviews, the chats happening. But for now, the chance to seal it. Portugal with take to the corner, and it doesn't go. Are you kidding me? It's going to be a 3 to make it level. Do you just commit the foul? Of course you do. Thank you very much. There will not be a game winner on my watch, says Castro.
Big brain play right there, restricting the three-pointer, letting them go to the line for just for two. 9.6 seconds left in the quarter. Now you got to press. You need a turnover. Can they do it in time, or it has to be an immediate foul? They couldn't get a steal. Are they going to foul? They have fouled. 1 point game. That's a lot of time. Now, can this man knock down his free throws?
Surely there's going to be a late twist or two. It's not even going to be as late as you'd hope. The first one, it's not green. They're not always. You'd expect anything. The 70s, the 80% to drop. Goodness me. Vince, you may well have called it perfectly. Finland now, you foul them. You're going to draw it level. What do you do if you're Portugal?
Oh, I don't know. Right now, you're going to play amazing defense. Make sure you keep a hand up. 4 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. They go for the touch of mid-range. Oh, and they miss it. They could have sent it to overtime. Portugal coming out on top and staying the leader right there when it comes to Europe group bracket in one. Man, oh man, I was on the edge of my seat the entire game, Nate. What did you think about this incredible matchup?
I was so happy with that last play. I just wish it happened a moment earlier. If you at least missed that, and you should be making that. I don't care about the pressure. I don't care about the game situation. That is an uncontested midi. But if you shoot it just 1 second earlier, the big can get in there, go for a putback even, at least get the O board. Just leaving it that little bit too late. We want to focus on the positives. Shout out Portugal, getting it done in a big game situation.
Definitely. And Portugal leading Group 1. I'm just going to read it off really quick. It's Portugal, Finland, Switzerland, Lithuania, Austria, Albania. Group 2, Italy, Belgium, Netherlands, Serbia, Estonia. Group 3, Turkey, Israel, Germany, Luxembourg, Montenegro. Group 4, Spain, Great Britain, Ukraine, Slovakia, Cyprus. And Group 5, Croatia, that I've been hearing is dominated. Greece, France, Poland, and Sweden. No team is safe in eFIBA Season 2.
Got to make sure you're fighting hard on match day 1. We said it's not going to determine your fate here in eFIBA Season 2, but it can have an almighty say. And I will say just quickly, shout out 𝐂𝐄𝐄𝐂. Croatian fans, we do see you in the chat. I hope you can understand why we went to Great Britain, Spain, and if you can't, it's simply because that's what you're voted for. Here in eFIBA Season 2, you decide what games you want to see. If you're a big fan of Croatia, it's wonderful. Get voting in the Twitch chat. Let us know.
I mean, I'm letting you go. Let us know. We want to make you a part of it. Talk about the dynamic. Talk about definitely being a part. We want to know your opinions and where you want to watch your games. We have a little bit under 15 games left for today, and we had 55 on the docket. I mean, I'm just looking at these scores, Nate. It's incredible of the, crazy range from almost 60 to 80 point lead to maybe just a 2-point game. I mean, is it safe to say we're going to find the true world champion with just day 1 when it comes to eFIBA Season 2?
Whoa. All right, settle down. I thought I was the one that said the big, over the top things where I get a bit excited. Vince, I'm just as a brother. Gonna make sure we settle it down a little bit, only because the Twitch chat will have my head if I don't, saying that look at North America, friends. Whoever does well in Europe, you still got to overcome the best team from North America, and I think we know who they're talking about. I would like to think we've learned a little bit maybe about those second-tier nations. That's not to say that they shouldn't be top tier, but from where we're at, Croatia, Italy, maybe even Portugal, showing us in big games and big moments that they should be talked about and get that respect. Maybe, at least I haven't given them just yet.
All right, but you're still giving respect, though. We're giving the respect, and that's the whole point of this. It's finding out who's going to be on top. Now, if you guys are anybody who's just tuning in, I'm your host, Vince Chain. This is my man, Nate Patrick. You are watching eFIBA Season 2, and with 61 federations are all coming together to try to get to Jönköping, Sweden, with a chance of winning 50,000 euros. I'm going to keep trying to practice that darn city because I'm going to make sure I get it. It's Jönköping, right? Jönköping, right? Am I right?
Jönköping? I feel like I'm probably saying it different every time. All I know, Vince, is that you're going to be there in Sweden. You're going to need to make sure you've got it on point so that when you announce it, welcome, friends. Welcome. How great is it? You're making sure that they're cheering and not booing.
Oh, man, but I'm telling you, we're insane right now. Now, I want to talk about this. Things are going to change every single day. Okay, 7 different regions. All right, but we have been talked about when it came to who is the favorite of this season, and the studio talked about, and everyone's saying Turkey, and I don't know why, but now we have some reasons for it. So we asked some of our players about what they think about this season's favorite, and Turkey was number 1. And let's check it out, what they really thought about the remaining champions.
Might have to burn a time.
My biggest rival personally.
Oh, steal! It's gotta be no timeout. They're gonna let it play.
I'll have to go with Turkey.
Turkey lost to them by a game winner.
They beat us last year finals.
For all the glory. No shot yet. Here it comes. Cowboy. Yes! It down at the buzzer. As you can see, stands screaming. Oh my God!
First of all, break their like win streak.
We are rivals. If we beat the Turkish team, I think we have a good chance of winning the whole thing.
They are in a class of their own right now.
We're gonna be really prepared to play them.
Q, baby! Alley-oop!
I would be very happy if we beat the Turkish team. Very happy.
Nate, that is a landslide when it comes to the impact Turkey has on the eFIBA community. What did you take out of that video?
Oh, we just enjoy watching that big moment back every time. It's what you want in a big game, your final game, to see a big moment. And if we like the defense, particularly in this side of the world, the big defensive play, but to make a clutch shot with that buzzer expiring, and then of course you and Chris going off, really just making that occasion even bigger. It was a fairy tale ending to the season. Turkey getting on everyone's radar, and quite rightly being on everyone's lips here in eFIBA Season 2.
All right, and I'm telling you, I know the captain, 𝐂𝐄𝐂, he's an amazing dude, but every team is definitely a problem. But like you said, from last season, they definitely showed out. Singapore, they definitely showed out. I've always thought they're one of the most offensive teams in this season and last season as well. I mean, I'm looking at what they've been doing now. I mean, going against Montenegro, 135-51. What can I say? Germany, actually interesting. 50-35, definitely showing that they have a dominant in there. But then going against Israel, 81-52, and they still got a couple of more games today. They're gonna go against Luxembourg, and then I think that's it. They've got one more game against Luxembourg, and that's it. But I could see it's interesting. They're very high scoring, very fast paced. If you were playing against them, how would you take them out?
I'll probably cry a lot, to be quite honest. I don't know if I'm taking them out. I love working on the hypothetical scenarios. What would I do if I was a coach, if I was a player? And as I said, I've been playing lock. But what if I was the point guard? What would I do differently? It really does start to get to the scary hours when it's, I don't know what I'd do. They're simply too good. At this stage of the game, if you've just learnt that meta or just learnt those little mechanics in the game, maybe just overpowered builds and badges, how do you stop them? Vince, I'm going to wait for Chris. I'm going to wait for India to tell me, because some of these teams at the moment, even match day 1, even with the game still left to play, are looking unstoppable.
That unstoppable. But I like your honesty. You're like, I think I'm just going to be crying the whole time. I mean, hey, look, if I'm going against Michael Jordan, I'm going to go against Michael Jordan. Am I going to get beat? Most likely. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to turn down the chance to compete against the top of the world, which, as we can see within the community, they have deemed them the top. As you heard, if someone beats them in this play in the group stage, they said straight up, they have a chance to win the entire thing. How do you feel about that? Because we watch NBA teams do that too. Like if they take out Golden State or if they take out the Nuggets, they're going to take it all the way. You think that's accurate when it comes to eFIBA Season 2?
Oh, certainly. Any 2K league from around the world, and certainly to get here, there's been different methods of doing so where we've seen that happen exactly. You take down the favorite early, and all of a sudden they start doubting themselves, and that sort of just flows through that unquantifiable momentum. I know in esports we like to talk about the exacts, the specifics. What build have you got? What are your attributes? Sort of what animations have you got? That mentality. That pro level mentality is something that you can only gain through taking down a big dog. You get that confidence, maybe you're unstoppable all of a sudden. One thing for me to say I know, another thing entirely for a nation to do that against one of the favorites or the favorite.
Exactly. Now, we've been talking about a lot of different countries, but I love to put in a captain in the captain seat. We have an interview right now with the Portuguese captain right now. What's going on, brother? You just definitely made a statement that last game, but how you feeling? Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Jones.
Thank you. Feeling great now. We have four wins. We need one more now, so we're almost there.
Feeling good. Hope you can hear as well. Hope you can hear me correctly. Let me know if I'm wrong. Friend, that was a big win in a big game there late on. How are you feeling? Were you nervous or were you calm?
No, I was calm. But we know our defense, and we just need to make a couple shots. We couldn't hit a couple shots. We were missing wide open, and that can't happen. But at the end of the day, we won, so it's good. We're good.
All right. Now, your next game I'm seeing on the docket against Finland. Finland has been a really crazy team. What do you think about them?
Oh, we just played them. Finland is a great team. I wasn't expecting that. They came strong against us. We know Pava. Pava is a great PG. And yeah, we missed a lot of shots wide open, and we almost lost that game. At the end of the day, we won, so we're good. We just need to beat Switzerland, and it's a good day for us.
Gotcha. What about you, Nate? Yeah, but again, like, okay, Finland was a great thing. Switzerland, you're gonna have we got about one more match. Now, when you're talking to your teammates on the court, what are you communicating with them? Are you running plays? Or are you letting everyone just do their thing and playing free? Because you look pretty organized when I see you playing when it comes to NBA 2K.
We almost play every time pick and roll with me and creative, but we do a lot of things. We have a lot of plays, a lot of cuts. We have to keep the other defense paying attention to the game. And we just try to do a couple of things so we can score. But at the end of the day, we need to shoot our shots and make our shots open, and that's what's missing. Because if we make our shots, we can beat everyone on the game.
Very nice. Not sure again, sorry, audio-wise, and Fred's exactly what's going down, but I'm hearing about wide-open shots not going down. How do you remedy that? Is that you're going to try and increase your hot zones? Is it just a matter of time or a bit more practice, or just rock up and hope you do better next time?
I think it's a matter of time, really. I don't know. We're just playing the game for a couple days, a couple weeks, and we're just figuring it out. But we will be good next season and next week.
Very nice. I know you're going to be great for next season. I mean, I've seen you play, multiple times, but to see you come out on top, you're really showing out. The world has to give more credit to Portugal when it comes to NBA 2K. So I just want to say congratulations. You're doing great. I know you got a game coming up in just a little bit, so I don't want to take too much of the time, but thank you so much for joining us, and I can't wait to see you. Hopefully, just going to put some good stuff, and just to everybody, hopefully in Sweden. So see you later, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Peace. All right, right there. That was Henry Jones. I got to see him in season 1. Portugal is definitely a team that can play. Nate, if you're hearing me, baby, can you tell me how can you dissect what you saw from Portugal against Finland? Okay, no, I don't think Nate.
I'm sort of there and I'm sort of not. I'm hearing like if you're there, if you're not, I'll make sure I'm a little refresh and whatnot. But if y'all can hear me, shots not going down. It's just a matter of time. That's what I love about this competition. eFIBA Season 2. You heard from Huncho before. He's learning about new jump shot bases and things. It is only a matter of time until we all figure this game out a bit more. We work out the best methods of shooting, the best jump shots and beyond. I respect the honesty.
Yeah, very honest. And that's the thing I love about some of these players is that they're honest about the game, because we said this in the beginning. Even though we're taking this to another level, having so many countries coming together, no one has had this game for a quote unquote longer period of time. We all now are in the digital age. As you see right now, we have a little bit of glitches here and there because it's the tech age, but we're all trying to work it out. It's a matter of time until everything's comes smooth. But with NBA 2K, you can download it directly to your console. You can pre-order it, so everyone has the same time to work out the kinks, to work out how to get your build going, how to shoot correctly. But as he just said, Henry Jones, it's a matter of time. So there's really no excuse because everyone, quote unquote, still has that same handicap. Now, I want to ask you, Nate, because you played this game longer than me. You're a faithful gamer, all right, which I always appreciate. How much of advantage does someone has if you definitely do have the game maybe a week more or 2 weeks more, or it won't really matter at all if you have it that short period of time more?
Look, everyone's a little bit different, but I think it's maybe more that mindset and the professional mentality. If you really do want to figure it out a little bit earlier, you can get 2 people that get the game at the same time. Someone might be chilling. Someone might see eFIBA Season 2's coming up really close. I'm going to take it as seriously as I would any other job. Test.
Right here, 5-2. That's what I like to see, baby. We got a good competition and back and forth. I don't know who's going to come out on top because we've been looking at these different groups. And France versus Greece, I'm looking at this group bracket there, Nate. I thought France would be higher, but they're not. I thought they'll be #1, but Croatia has been the one competing and also being the leader of this fantastic competition.
It's what we've been loving. The upsets that hopefully we'll talk about a little bit later as well. Welcome back, friends. Croatia making a big name for themselves. What about that lovely little dribble move? Unfortunately, the shot doesn't go at the end of it, Vince. Clip absolutely ruined.
No, absolutely ruined, but we've been watching France all throughout this first day. Again, 55 games, 61 nations. France and Greece has definitely been fantastic. Here we go. Coming up, pump fake. Let's see if we can get it out. I want to make sure I get my teams right. And we're going to say Greece is in the white, France is in the blue, so we don't get that confused. My man, my co-host, has the green light to correct me anytime I take a misstep, because that's how we make each other better.
Friend, it's that red, white, and blue. I'm with you. And the Greece jersey that I did have a little look at before. You know, I'm a... look, I won't say exactly what I am for these jerseys, other than a big fan. You saw Huncho with the eFIBA hoodie before. I need me something. I want to rep it in the flesh, IRL, because I like the subtlety of the Greek jersey. Just gets the job done nicely.
Yep. Now, just to break down, if you haven't known, you can go to eFIBA.basketball to find out all the information when it comes to the games. Greece already had the game today, earlier against Poland, 44-40. That was a real close one. And then they actually lost to Croatia, 58-63, and then they kept going and trying to take out Sweden 62-40. And I want to say this is going to be the last game that Greece is going to play. They've been definitely showing out. They are right behind the leaders in Group 5 because it's Croatia, France, Greece. So whoever comes out on top of this one may hold that second place spot. Nate, this is going to be a nail biter.
Hopefully we can see it through, if not to the end, till we at least get the result sort of concrete. And you wouldn't want to go anywhere because the skill boosters, fam, they get decided at the end of each match day. If you're unsure about the skill boosters, they're little objectives that the teams can do to get a point all the way up to 5 points. Includes things about the amount of points scored, points conceded and such. There's just little things to keep it interesting, keep it a bit spicy, if you will, all the way through. In terms of the actual group as we know it, Vince on the money as always. It is Croatia on top, and the chat has been letting us know all about it. With France and Greece, they're ready just in case Vince Croatia be stumbling.
All right, we got Wild Insane just reloaded. We back. Yep, we back. And as you can see, 10-8 real quick. And we're talking about this powerhouse group. And we've been talking about it since we started today. So we talked about how Greece has been really competing throughout this first day of eFIBA Season 2. But now let's get some credit to France. I'm going to break it down for you while the game is still in the beginning. And that they started out today a little shaky, but they still were competing, you know, against Poland, you know, but 87-46. It was like a beginning was a little shaky, and then they came out on top. But then going against Sweden, they are 70-43. They start finding their groove. Then they really start taking out people. But then against Croatia, which quote unquote is the #1 team, 57-50. So France is definitely showing out that they are quote unquote the #1 team. But this game right here was solidified their spot in Group 5.
I think I said at the start they were in that second tier for mine. If we have our elite nations, our clear favorites, France one that should be there or thereabouts, but not shown enough consistently. I think every one of our esteemed guests, correct me if I'm wrong, Vince, has mentioned France and said that they should be talked about. They love their guards. They love the dribbling and the, I guess, dedication to the game. So maybe we'll be shown up. They need to get the job done here to finish it off, though. Imagine being third. After all, I don't know. I don't think Twitch chat ever answered me about which group is the toughest, because now I'm starting to lean towards this one.
Yep, right here, but 13-13. Let's see. Oh, another 3 by France, 16-13. I spoke too soon. All right, it's only 4 minutes left into the quarter, and then we're going to go into this couple of dribbles going down court for Greece. I'm not sure what he's doing right now, but he's trying to get that pick and roll. Was unable to do a great France defense. And the ball's loose. They couldn't get control, but they missed the open lane. Is that 3 going down? Off the mark. And France right now has possession.
Wonderful work. The loose ball's always an interesting one. Get your workhorse going, rather, of course. Your stamina up to 99 ideally. Get it off because it makes a massive difference. Otherwise, you're going to see a lot more of that throughout eFIBA Season 2. Makes it a bit exciting, as does the big man with the confidence to take the midi. Yes, please. Love it when we don't have the rim running, the quick drops that absolutely dominated 2K23. Got so exciting at the start. A bit like the alley-oop fest. That one not coming off at all. And the bravery to throw that full court dime. Look who's open once more, and he's in form. He is money. Have 3 more for your troubles. We're locked in at 18 apiece. Thank you very much, Sensei, friend Brody, of course. Now that the Aussies start to wake up, get amongst it. Let us know which of the European teams you're here to watch, particularly. France starting to shine. Little slow to start, as Vince mentioned. And what about Greece? Wonderful basketball-loving nation in 2K. one of those that feels like they're, I don't know, I feel like now I'm doing a tier list because they ain't second tier, and we want to hold out a big win here. As mentioned, they could go top. Kostas Pap, not a bad look. It certainly was open. Boards absolutely getting fought over. Nice foul to slow it down. A lot happening at once, of course, friends. A little bit different here, eFIBA Season 2. My name is Nate Patrick. We got Vince, of course, your esteemed host, the host with the most, who's been loving life and keeping you abreast of all the different scores with so many games at once. I gotta tell you what, you gotta take a breath sometime.
All right, take a breath. Please take a breath, all right? I'm sorry, baby. I'm right back. Again, so many games happening, 55 games. I mean, the next couple of minutes, we're going to get the last final couple of games. We probably have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games left of today, give or take 1 or 2. But this game right now is becoming a competitive one. 21-20, minute 36 left. Greece first. Oh, and a technical foul. All right. Definitely going to take these foul shots and then get the ball back. I mean, this right here, this is called intelligence when it comes to the game. You got to be smart with that rock.
It was a self-report, if it helps, Vince. I realized that you were waiting to speak up, and here I am yammering on, being like, maybe France will favor it, maybe Greece will finish it. Maybe I should just for a moment, let Vince speak up and let me know what he thinks. Apologies.
No, that was my bad, baby, man. But yo, Pat, thank you so much. I mean, you're definitely one of the top 10, Mr. Patrick, because I gotta admit, I've Chris is great. I love Chris. Chris is my brother. But it's good to know that we have a great squad when it comes to hosts. Zunaid, a.k.a. Made in India, is going to be on as well. We got you, Mr. Nate Patrick. You know, we got a lot of great talent that's going to help commentate these games. But I'm also going to need everybody on the chat. All right, like I said, more dynamic. I need your votes. I need your hashtags. We got to make this season the biggest one we ever had.
And it's not going to happen without the community at all. I found myself distracted by the chat sometimes. That incredible Croatia takeover out of nowhere. I'm not quite sure where they were when it came to voting for what game you wanted to see. But as soon as I wasn't on, straight in there, no doubt. Next time, match day 2, they'll be there nice and early. It is your league. Let us know what games you want. Let us know your upset of the day. Let us know about the builds that you want. Sensei saying Breaker the Beast is awesome. Feel like we've given him his flowers about half a dozen times, to be honest. We could do it once more. So wonderful, particularly in 2K24, to watch a guard just at the very top of their game. Goodness knows you need your team more than ever. And so when a guard just gets on a roll, I don't know. Vince, is it something that you look for? Are you more about the smalls or the bigs?
I love shooting guards, but small forwards are my favorite position. So basically the tweener, being able to take up the ball, but also handling the big fellas down low. Vince Carter, favorite player of all time. But as you see right now with the lineup we see in here, we got 10 points from right there. Greece is coming in right now with the leading scorer. But then it's only 21-26, 5-point game. But to answer your question, I'm more of a tweener. I played center majority of my life just because of my height. But I'm a true forward shooting guard, so I'm more of that guard forward kind of like blend. What about you?
Wait. What's your height? I don't know what I've been working with all this time. How tall are you?
I'm 6'3", 6'4", which again, I never knew why I played big man because I don't think I'm that tall, but I had bungees. I can jump over people, and I was just like a Rottweiler. Like I was a real tough dude on the court, but nice soft guy off them. My coach used to call me Jekyll and Hyde. So back and forth, you never know. But breaking the beats off the mark. But yeah, that's why I like to be in between because I used to play against big fellas, 6'10", like 6'11", guarding them, but then going down the court, trying to cross up and then a slammer jammer and try to do that in the game, but my knees won't let me. Right there, that was a young jam, but I wish I could do that now. But yeah, that's why I decided to do it when I was a kid.
You got Hoff Pogo Stick IRL, I reckon, Vince. I was wondering, you said big, and I'm thinking, are you 6'10", 6'11"? I've seen you commentate IRL, like I've seen you at the events, and I'm like, how tall's everyone else there if you're 6'10"? Good to know. I'm only looking up to you a tiny bit.
But what about you? What position are you? What favors for you?
Man, I'm just the stand in the corner and try and pray that I get the wide open should it come, because not what I used to be. I really enjoyed that. Did you say Rottweiler? I'm not quite sure. I'll go like a slightly less tenacious animal of some kind, but the intention's there. I love defending, both in the game and IRL. It's probably why you hear me get excited about chase down blocks when we're watching 2K. It's about the mateship, the friendship, time on the court, in the game, on the court, Vince. I don't know, once you know ball, you just sort of bond quite easily.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, going to the chat, we're going OSX. Nancy, how you doing, man? I won't lie, Greece is really showing out right now. This is definitely a good game. Thank you so much for tuning in here in eFIBA Season 2. Definitely follow eFIBA on all social media platforms with the eFIBA_official when it comes to Instagram and also when it comes to X, aka, Twitter. But thank you so much for being a part of it. And you're right, Greece is definitely showing out. France, but it's going nowhere. Definitely able to knock down their free throws, and it's 26-31 with 3:34 left in the third quarter. Nate, I'm telling you, I don't know. Greece may be that dark horse of this season.
Break of the beast, just not able to hit shots consistently. As much as we might be a fan, we were talking about him yesterday. The last game of the day, is it just a bit of fatigue? We said you miss your one or two, maybe you start to head towards a shooting slump. All of those percentages start trending in the wrong direction. And Greece, the Hellers, we might be talking about them. Maybe even your upset of the day.
Maybe the upset of the day, but baby, I'm here to see and I want them to play. But Break of the Beast, definitely getting that nice cross fade away. But
look at the chat, Vince. I'm so sorry, brother. I'll only interrupt you once a day. Check out that Twitch chat. An old friend, Alper, with the big 322 raid. We said it's a community time here in eFIBA Season 2. Doesn't that just prove it?
That does prove it. How from Alper, Turkey is in the house. If you are hearing me right now, I know you're watching France and Greece, but let me see all the Turkey flags go crazy in the chat right now. I want that speed just go flow with red. But if you're from France, let me see Le Bleu. If you're from Greece, Calamera. Let me see the support for these teams all through the chat live on Twitch when it comes to eFIBA Season 2.
Thank you so much for that, friends. It's great to see whether it is indeed Turkey, anywhere from around the world, some nations that aren't yet a part of the eFIBA family that we hope will be. It's great to see you just enjoying the action. As we said, you're going to have maybe then your second nation, Sweden, being that for many, but it's got to start to be Greece. There's a wonderful, strong, passionate Greek community down under here. Vince, no doubt watching on, seeing the Hellers getting it done. A 6-point lead. I guess that's not quite getting it done yet, but against France, even a lead is a massive, massive thing.
Yep, massive. Real quick, Alper is saying, did we see the Spain versus Great Britain game? Of course we did. That was insane. Spain coming on top 61-52. But this game is what we're watching right now, 28-34. I gotta admit, all right, here we go. 28-34, 2 minutes left in the quarter.
Look at the inbounds play. We've seen some ingenious things, and it's been wonderful because unfortunately we've seen some sloppy turnovers. Maybe that's not working. You used to just set a screen in front and get it every time. That doesn't happen anymore. Lovely feed inside, and you see a small jump up, jam it down. Wonderful team play here from Greece, an 8-point lead, and that rock is going through many pairs of hands.
Gotcha. All right. Now, I know this game's going crazy, but before it ends, we actually have another interview, and this player is from Turkey. We got them coming on the... Oh, we can't do it right now. We got him. This is Aaron Demetras, and I'm telling you, I met this guy. He is awesome. Aaron, if you can hear me, let me know.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, man, you're watching the game right now, and I can see your beautiful face. What's up, brother? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Like, it was a good day. We made 4-0, and I'm proud of my team. We had a good run.
Tell you what, you enjoy it. You're passionate. We can see it on the court. It's one of those things that, even though we can't see the player cams, the way that you guys play just gets you excited. Is that what you feel like playing from home? Have you got a big smile on your face when you're playing?
Yeah, I had a big smile on my face. Like it was exciting, no? Entertaining, like. Yeah,
Entertaining is a good word.
We played good. Like last game, we started off slow, but then we got into rhythm, and we closed the day without a lose. So I'm happy.
Got
We
it.
are
I'm
looking
happy.
into next one.
Up, get to the next one. Now, please tell me what was going through Turkey's mind with the Montenegro game. 135-51. Did you guys find the cheat code to NBA 2K24 and not tell us? Like, what happened?
Our motivation was to do the goals like for extra points.
Skill
So we
booster,
tried-
baby.
Yeah, we tried to do the scoopers and we managed to do them. So we're happy.
I love it, Vince. It's already taken a hold. You know I get a bit too excited. I apologize for the skill boosters, but it's wonderful to see that that's what you were going for. What about defensively, though? Did you think you could keep them to under 30?
Yeah, I think we could, but we didn't manage to. But I think we could keep them under 30.
It's incredible. Like, I mean, more, did you think you could do it? Because I don't care who I'm playing in a game, whether maybe it's all AI and I think that I'm going to be okay, even if they're a bit better. In 2K24, that's another point. Do you go into games believing, do you actually believe we're going to make them score under 30 points? I just want to hear it on the record.
Yeah, we believe that, but like I said, we didn't manage to. But next time, I think we can make it happen. I hope so.
We'll be watching.
Awesome. Now, I got to ask this question because the stream is getting straight hacked. It's getting spammed to this one thing. If Aaron has 1 million fans, I'm one of them. If Aaron has 10 fans, I have one. If Aaron has 1 fan, it's me. If Aaron doesn't have a fan, this is. It means I'm no longer in the world. If the world is against Aaron, I'm against the world. Where did this come from? What is it? You are secretly a king or something like that?
Yeah, I seen that, and it made me happy, you know. I mean, all of my fans. Shout out to my fans from here.
Well, I'm one of those fans, okay? I'm one of those fans for sure.
Thank
But
you.
as Nate was thinking about it, he was analyzing your skills and stuff like that. But I know he has a much more analytical when it comes to the Turkey team. Nate, take it away because you've been watching this team and you're seeing how powerful they really are. So, Nate, you're up.
We're calling you unstoppable. That's what Vince is sort of alluding to at the moment, where I'm saying, I don't really know how I'd stop you right now. There's no reason for you to do this. Do you want to give a little insight as to any areas that you think you're weak at the moment? Or do you think offensively, defensively, rotations, shot making, are you greening everything? Is there any weakness in your game after match day 1?
I think we can do the rotations better on defense. And I would say make less turnovers on offense.
Okay. Those are 2 very small things, by the way. If after 1 day, that's all you're worried about, then I think I quite rightly will put you back at the top of the power rankings at the very least in Europe. Do you hope that then those rotations will come over time? Is that just a time thing or more a communication thing?
Yeah, I think it's more of a communication thing right now, but I mean, I think we can do them better, way better. So we will work on those areas on our game.
All right, well, watch out. They're going to get even better, Vince. That's what I'm hearing.
Gotcha. Now, Rennie, now you played the guard on the squad. So what exactly is your position in your build when it comes to NBA 2K24?
I play point guard, 6'2" point guard.
Gotcha. Now,
I want to
analyze this. Alper said the point guard is the hardest position now with this new version of NBA 2K24. Walk me through your transition of getting used to this build versus the 2K23.
Yeah, I agree. On this game, like you have to be way more careful to turnovers because lockdowns can steal if you dribble bad, and also you gotta use good momentum because if you don't have momentum, I mean your shots just doesn't go in. So you gotta play smart. And that's the hard part because on 2K23, like even if you did like let's say 8 turnovers, you could still make those shots. But in this game, it's not like that.
Got it. All right. Well, yep. The honesty, exactly, Nate. The honesty. You're absolutely right. But the one thing I want to say is that I'm really proud of y'all. Nate's got to see you personally, and now I got to see you in live person and also off the here. So keep going. Thank you for your time. I know you gotta get ready for more games, and I hope to see you at the top.
Thank you. See you.
Peace, man. All right. That's my man, Rennie, baby. This dude is crazy. Aaron, I'm an Attack on Titan fan, so if this guy's going to attack Titan, he's definitely doing his thing. But we're back to France and Greece. Hey, Nate, what can you take from this man? Is he too calm, or he's just real confident?
That is the, what do you want to say, the atmosphere, the vibes of a man who's like, we've had a wonderful day and we've had fun doing it. It's no surprise that we've got the copypaster in the chat, that we've got all of the fans in there, and he said it puts a smile on my face. I liked the honesty both ways, talked about the things that they did well, but talking about ways to improve. Defensively, we can actually communicate a bit better, rotate a bit quicker, or at least make the correct rotations. It is a scary, scary thing to hear if you're going to be coming up against them on match day 2 and beyond. But if you're a fan, drink it all in.
Yep, drink it all in. But this match right here is very tight. Group 5, as I said, Croatia, France, Greece, Poland, Sweden. Croatia is leading the pack. France right there at number 2. Greece at number 3. Let's see who's going to come out on top on this one because they're trying to lock that number 2 spot. And remember, in the Europe region is going to be the top 5 teams that advance to their regional final, and then they're going to have one more lucky winner from the losers bracket. It'll be a total of 6 if you're trying to be the top in your respectable group, so you can advance to that final and then possibly go to Sweden.
Want to talk about the format right on cue after our wonderful interview. There is an easy strip and an easy transition effort that unfortunately doesn't have the easy result on the end. Point guards with a very, very tough job indeed. Locks, or even just Locks, enjoying the easiest steals so far, at least on 2K24. And it all comes down to, and back to that format, Vince. You want to finish top, it should be obvious. It should be easy, as should be shooting a 3-point shot, but it's not. That's what makes that green even more impressive. Stepping back to the spot.
Break it a beast, showing that he's the beast, but Greece ain't going nowhere. He's not enough to take away these Olympians, all right? Because these people are really showing that they are the gods of the Olympic mountain. Like, here we go, coming up here, back up. Nice 2-hand jam, nice pump fake, freezing the defense, and then using an easy jam to get those 2 points.
Unfortunately, still 7 points, and the foul game, you can bring it out if you want. Maybe at least looking at a skill booster, if nothing else. The result will be sealed. And hey, what about your friends from Greece? What about staying locked in to the end of the day as lockdown Leo happily taking the time? France, I think we're trying to double team, looking for the foul. Are they giving up? I don't even know anymore. It's just a bunch of people waving at each other at this point, Vince. No double team. They'll get it here? No, and then just shoot it. What a way to end the day. If we've had close games, got a bit of hilarity at the end, a bit of entertainment. And what about for Greece? A big smile on their face. If France are one of the favorites, Greece, all of a sudden, you're right. Lob that in there, explode it up. There you go, baby, the Pro-Am celebration. What a way to end the day, if we're indeed all done.
Insane. I am telling you, insane. And I'm telling you, it's been a crazy day. We're just going to transition just a moment to go onto Twitter because we still got some posts that's going left and right. But congratulations to Greece. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, I don't know if this is the upset of the day, but this is definitely changing everything when it comes to this particular group because I'm telling you, this is probably the strongest group I've seen when it comes to these competitors. What do you think about that, Nate?
Look, it's hard to argue after that. Apologies, by the way, Vince. I just realized you were trying to speak there for about 5 years, and here I am, still like I've lost the game myself, looking at the Pro-Am celebration at the end, just feeling every bit of the pain, as I'm sure Breaker the Beast is feeling. Mamba out, I thought was really good on the boards, but Greece, too good overall, and you're right, maybe this is the new toughest group. Goodness knows, Twitch chat might tell us something else, though.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And today is a crazy day. I mean, one thing I can say about when it comes to this eFIBA season 2 is that we never know what to expect. We never know who's going to come out on top. No one has a definite road to the finals, and that's why I really love about the competition. Because we also talked about this, and I think we talked about this when we did the rehearsals. When you're in a respectable region, you're usually playing against people within your own country, maybe outside. So everyone has their tendencies. This opens up the floodgates of finding different kinds of tactics, different kinds of defenses, different kinds of offenses that you may not see in your area. So how you think that's affecting these players right now, not playing against their friends and stuff, but now playing against different countries that have a different feel of NBA 2K24?
I think the permutations are so wide-reaching, not even just for the players. We had coaches of teams that aren't even playing today in the Twitch chat, no doubt studying, seeing can they learn anything from Europe and bring it back home, see what's going on so early into 2K24. I just think it must be really enjoyable for the players to have different matchups. If at the top level, in some of the minor regions, if I can call them that, goodness knows they'll probably not be minor for very long, there's going to be an excitement. I've not played against this team, this player before. It's a different matchup. If you're a fan, a student of the game, you're only going to get better from doing so, and I think it just gets everybody a bit more excited.
Fantastic. That's all I like to hear. That's all I like to hear, Mr. Nick. But anyway, we're going to go to the eFIBA Twitter page right now to see what's going on, the highlights. I hope all y'all have been posting, okay? As you see the results, Cyprus 20-0. What is going on? Win against Slovakia. That may have been a reason of connection. As you see, we have some highlights as well. This win against Finland, Portugal coming out on top. As you see, 59-57. Absolutely insane. Another highlight on the way to Jönköping. Okay, I make sure you see that smack swatting. All right, right back on the airplane. That's when I was putting powder on my hand, which I didn't. Have you ever seen that before, Nate? Powder on your hand? You ever heard that before?
I have now. Look at him go. I was wondering what was going on. I thought it was maybe like a breath check or something. I wasn't quite with you, but now I know. Thank you.
But now the crazy comeback. This was a great game when it came to Great Britain and Spain. We talked about this game almost throughout the entire day, hitting at it. I mean, what were your takeaways from this match up? Because we didn't know if Spain was going to do this, but Great Britain was a favorite. So what do you think about that?
Oh, it all came down to that end of the third quarter. There was a big moment there and a momentum play from one particular veteran Spanish big. And I think I just maybe put it out there a little bit. Will you see that big experience? Will you see someone who's been in the 2K League bring that back to their team, to their fellow Spaniards, and say, hey, you know what? This is what we're going to do here. We run this inbounds play. I'm going to make this pass on the break. And Spain with an incredible fourth quarter. I can't remember what the run was in the end. It was like 20 to something until there was a foul for some free throws. Spain, it really will be an historic game. Goodness knows, maybe even years to come to have a last quarter like that in a big, big game like that.
Got it. All right, now we be getting captains left and right. We're just like the Pirates of the Caribbean, or if you're a One Piece fan, as you can plainly see right here, he will be the king of pirates. We have the king right now of Group 5, the Croatian captain, Dominic Gulic. I think I pronounced that right. Dominic, how you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling pretty well. We have finished pretty strong in our group. It's Gulic, it's 𝐂𝐄𝐄, Modric, and so on. It's pretty popular in our country. It's pretty well. I mean, it's 3-1 we have right now at the start of week 1. We have to do a lot of defense work to hit our wide open shots, and we'll be good to go.
Love that. Love the confidence off the rip. Do you feel like maybe we should have been talking about you a little bit more? We said your group was tough. Maybe we didn't put enough respect on Hrvatska.
Well, I mean, I said it before, and I'll say it again. Croatia is here to stay. We want to make sure that Croatia has a great place in Europe. Croatia has great players, well-known players, and I want to make sure that this Croatia is well-known, and to make sure that Croatia is on the map.
And you're definitely on the map. You have definitely made a statement. I mean, only losing to France, which we already know is a strong team, but you have been like defiantly winning against other nations. Now, you're saying that Croatia is on the map. We had a little segment when it came for Turkey. Are you on that quote unquote bandwagon that if you can beat Turkey, you can win the whole thing, or you think it's an equal competition amongst all nations?
I mean, we faced it a few times. I mean, we know how they play, we know what they like, and we will be prepared for them whenever the game comes. Us as the players, we'll make sure that we stop them. Doesn't matter which way it is, without cheating, of course. But like I said, we're ready for every single team. We just have to make sure that we are prepared, that we play good, and whoever's up front of us doesn't matter.
Can I ask about then that preparation? Because we've been talking a lot to different players and people from different, not even just regions, goodness knows how amazing it is just focusing on Europe. They've talked a lot about themselves. Can you tell us a little bit about the study you do against other teams?
Well, it depends on if we have a videos of them playing. For example, if we see that they played for example, league game or something like that, you look at the way they do a transition, the way they do the pick and roll defense, the way they do the set screens, off ball, and so on. So we want to make sure that we have a good position for ourselves on a defense. And I know from my duo PG Paulo, when do I have to do a right role at what right time? Because some power forwards like to go up front, some like to stay back. So it's mostly to prepare ourselves what's coming in a game. Like, we like to predict something, and that's the way we have done it for the past half a year right now, me and Paulo. And yeah, that's the way it is.
That's how you do it. Now, I also want to ask about, and I did get to ask about the other captain when it comes to skill boosters when it comes to this season. Is that in the back of your mind when you're going through the motions, trying to score extra 3-pointers and stuff like that? Or you're just focused on winning and just want to get that top spot fair and square?
Win. That's enough said. Win. We want to win. I mean, the skill booster this year, I don't know if it's perfect for this tournament, but we understand it. We want to make something interesting, of course. But when you're playing the game, you don't really focus about if you're gonna hit a 3-point shot or do a dunk or block. Our main focus is to win, and that's all it is.
It's good. To be honest, I'm a fan of that. You want different nations that have had different focuses, because we've had people on saying we started focusing only on the skill boosters when we got to the fourth quarter and we were open by a lot. That became our sole objective. If you're all about winning, I ain't going to stop you. If you're focused on a ticket to Sweden, all the power to you. What is the ultimate goal then? Is it results based? And if so, what is that result?
I mean, right now is our country. We want to make sure that we go step by step. We want to make sure that we get right now qualify. And then once we get there, of course, the main goal is going to win. I mean, in our heads right now, we have a great team. We have great connection. We are talking constantly in our defense. I mean, we have potential. And that's what I'm looking for. You know, once we go there, if we go there, we're going to go there. We're going to win it. I mean, it's a nice feeling of win, and that's what we want.
Now, we're talking about basketball, and I love talking about NBA 2K. I like to sometimes get away from that because you're in Croatia, right? And it's on the map.
Yes.
I've heard of Yacht Week. How insane is Yacht Week in Croatia? I've heard it's like one of the best parties ever to attend.
I'm not a big party guy, but I mean, it's awesome. From what I heard from other people, it's brilliant. It's a great experience. So,
so we're gonna try and get y'all to go to Yacht Week.
Once I see you, we're gonna go Yacht.
Absolutely love it. Now, thank you so much for your time. I know you got a lot of things to prep because you got more things to do. I mean, this is just the first day. Your men, your players have definitely proven, as you said, Croatia is on the map, and we're definitely going to soundbite that win. That's all you're about is win. Thank you so much, Dominic. And pronounce your last name again so I can get it right.
Dominic Gulic.
Okay, Gulic.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Love the energy, brother. Hope to see you at the top and to see you soon, all right?
See you guys later. Peace.
All right, that right there, Captain of Croatia, Nate. We've been watching this group all day. Can you now affirm that Croatia is on the map?
It has to be. If you've got that type of confidence, I like, though, they sort of changed a little bit from win. We're here to win with a little bit of finger wagging, a little bit of having fun with it at the same time. It's not all just making sure, you just get the win and then you move on. You got to be enjoying it. If you're doing it for a living, whatever your role is, you're having fun. The Croatians clearly are. It kind of gets you to want to support them at least a little bit, see what those vibes would be like in Sweden.
Exactly that. And now I'm breaking down. We looked at the past games when it came to Croatia, and 55-40 against Sweden. Now that was a dope game. Then they go 63-58 against Greece, and then we go 63-49 against Poland. Now they think they're cruising, and then they actually hit a wall, 57-50, losing to France. Now, do you think, and this is my opinion to me, that maybe they came into the French game a little overconfident and just kind of lost their swagger? Because sometimes when you're in a winning streak, you think you're going to take it easy. Or do you think like France really had that competitive edge and was like, no, we're going to stomp Croatia?
It really is stupidly tough out there. We have a look at these groups, and maybe we've said every group is the toughest group at some point today. At some point as well, because there's just so many games, you're going to have that little momentum. Maybe everyone's just that little bit more locked in, and you heard from the man himself, you're going to be studying against these teams. Maybe the research for France wasn't what they wanted it to be. Maybe they just didn't execute on that. I think the closeness of all those scores, and particularly when you lose a game, at least if you kept it close, it shows you were onto something. You were in that contest. You clearly have prepared. You weren't blown out by any means. And then to bring it back with a win to finish off the day. Again, like Greece is one of those teams that we talked about. Why are they now like looking like France? Is sort of looking like maybe wish we were Greece all of a sudden. And Croatia are clear of both. I think for them it is a day where they've proven that they are the top of that group, that they're certainly better than France, even though they lost to them. Welcome to eFIBA Season 2, admittedly, with skill booster points still to come.
So many skill boosters going to come into play. I mean, I really wish we could break down everything right now to see exactly if those skill boosters have been put into play, but I don't know. Not yet, but everyone stay tuned. Definitely go to eFIBA.basketball to find out where your federation is placing at this moment, because we've been talking about Group 5 for a while now, but there's a lot more groups. And I said the Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, and Group 4, in which Portugal is leading the pack in Group 1, second place Finland, and then followed with Switzerland. Group 2, Belgium, Italy, and then Serbia. Group 3, Turkey. Not a surprise. Germany, Israel. But Group 4, this is a surprise. Spain, Great Britain, and Ukraine. And again, the constant battle between Spain and Great Britain. This is going to be a real matchup, because whoever advances here, which we're going to break it down, may possibly be the one to come out on top against Turkey, okay? And I'm not taking away against Croatia, because now we're going to do a little more spin. We're watching these other teams, Nate. Again.
Goodness. Yeah, where are we going to go into? I feel like about 20 of the nations you just mentioned, I could take an individual look at. What I do want to do, in particular, have a look at Germany. We saw them earlier in broadcast today. They had some quick-fire questions that I know I'm keen to hear the answers for.
Yep, you can answers for it. And yeah, that's it. That's what I'm talking about. And I wanted to say real quick, and I'll look this way for a second, because we got a lot more.
You can always find love. Can't always. Oh, the lottery next year. You can always find love. Can't always win the lottery.
Some quick fire questions for our gamers all out there. And I'm telling you, these are definitely athletes. These are 2K athletes who know how to play the game. And I gotta admit, it sounds like everyone from every team is excited about this season, Nate. And how are you feeling? We're going toward the end of the day. Are you exhausted? Are you still hype? Or are you just ready to keep going?
No, unfortunately, any of the Aussies that have just woken up are like, yep, that's Nate, still full of beans, whatever the time is. It's flown by. Vince, I don't know about you. I feel like we're like, okay, that was your 5 games. You're done. And we want more. In fact, in the chat, we'll see right now, it's like, no, we're done for games for today. Bring on more. I'm loving seeing that from Germany. I think it's really cementing for me how global basketball is, how global our esport is, that you really do have, even just in Europe, different ways of talking about it. Maybe the culture's slightly different, but we all know and love the game.
Gotcha. That's what I love. Again, we're just all loving the game. And I'm glad your personality, and I want to say straight up, thank you so much for being my co-host. I mean, we're not done yet. You've done a fantastic job. You got so many more days. And again, if you guys are just tuning in, all my people out there watching, my eFIBA ballers, it's all the month of October. Tuesday and Thursday, you're going to be swarmed with games. About 1 or 2 weeks in November, and then we are flying to Jönköping, Sweden. All right, I'm trying my best. I think that's better than, I think it gets better every time I say it. What do you think about that, Nate?
Oh, mine goes up and down. I can't even work it out anymore. Jönköping, but then we just got to have a top 10 maybe at the end of the season of worst pronunciations or something. I'm sure I'll feature pretty heavily.
I like it. Now, to keep everybody in the know, if you didn't go to eFIBA.basketball, we actually got the leaderboard right now, and this is the leaderboard. Now, we're going to find out who's on top. Now, this doesn't have those skill boosters, okay? So let's see how close it is. And as you see, I'm going to read the left. You got the right. As I see Portugal, Belgium, Spain, Greece, Turkey, Finland, Italy, Germany. And who's there on the right there, Nate?
Fam, Great Britain, it looked good. It finishes okay. France, Switzerland, Croatia, Ukraine, Serbia, Israel, Lithuania.
All right. Now, as you can see, the point differences are just by, I think the largest I saw was 4. Now, Nate explained this in the beginning. Every skill booster has 4 within that week. Okay, so if you hit all 4, you can get up to 5 points, not just 1 in each. So each skill booster, you get 1 extra point, but then if you get all 5, you get 5 points. So as you can see right there with Belgium and Portugal, if Belgium had all the skill boosters, they're going up to 30, and they'll be above Portugal, and then they can advance to be number 1 instead of Portugal. So it's very intricate. We have a great team that's going to be working behind the scenes, calculating, analyzing every single game. I mean, Nate, did you see any games? Because we kept bouncing around that was like an apparent that other than the 100 points, because we could see that like a skill booster was definitely apparent in that game.
Certainly the assists, so 35% or more of your points coming from assists. That rock got passed around a lot more than I expected. I know we've talked about point guards getting not necessarily nerfed, but just needing to alter their play smart. In fact, as one gentleman said quite recently, Big Dom, I saw that rock getting thrown around a lot more. We then saw more inventiveness with the passing, like a lot more alley-oops again than probably a lot of us expected. It was good to see. You're quite right, though, about jumping around. Here I am with 4 monitors thinking like I'm going a bit overboard. Can I get 44? I tell you what, there were games left, right, and center. The chat was helping us out. Thank you so much. When we say it's your league, we really mean it. Flip to that game now. I was trying to dart across, and the skill booster points, even if Croatia aren't necessarily the team going after them, maybe they'll wish that they were, because other teams were going for it.
All right, other teams are definitely going for it. And what I loved about it is that maybe, as Croatia said, most teams weren't thinking about it. But then we had another interview saying, yo, we got to get the skill booster. And that's just having, again, a brain in the game. Okay, that's my name, a brain in the game. Because you're like, yo, we may be losing, but look at the leaderboard. Somebody has to come up, because if y'all didn't know either, you only see 5 players playing in these games, but each team has up to 10. So you can have people, giving them a little update saying, hey, look, we're down on the polls by a couple of points. And here's a little update in the leaderboard. As you can see, Spain, still without skill boosters, but a little update. Spain, Belgium, Greece, Portugal, all tie. It's a 5-way tie? Wait a minute, Nate, what's going on here?
Points per place. The 24, the 17, the 13 that we talked about at the top of show. Depending on that result, you're going to get the certain amount of points. So it's more about where you finished in your group more than the overall before we get those skill boosters added on.
Yep, which is insane now. That's crazy. But also, we all know that these are the respected when it came to their group. But man, oh man, the teams that I'm seeing here, I'm not surprised by it. I'm not surprised. And I want to give Ukraine a little shout out right there. Just getting the green mark there. But Serbia, Switzerland, Israel, Poland, they definitely played hard. But on that right side, Germany and France is interesting. And also, let's give credit to these teams as well, Nate. I mean, why don't you just read them out so people can represent their respective federation?
And again, a reminder that despite your match day one, if it didn't go so well, you will still be in contention. That plane ticket to Sweden, Poland, Luxembourg, Lithuania, Austria, all in caps respect. The Netherlands, I saw Estonia on there, Sweden, Slovakia, Montenegro, Albania. If my memory's half decent, then hopefully that's what we saw. Point being, it's all still to play for. We want to give love and respect to all the nations competing in eFIBA Season 2.
Gotcha. And thank you so much if you participated. And also, I saw people that has been going back and forth, posting everything on social media, the different federations that are supporting their respectable, country. It's so much love when it comes to NBA 2K that you cannot give it credit. You got to show it its flowers because you're bringing players together. All our dreams is to be the best competitor if we are into competing in the world. Not everybody can go to Olympics physically, but anybody could game. There's a lot more gamers out there than athletes, right? But these are NBA 2K professionals, okay? They know how to ball. And I'm going to ask you, Nate, when it comes to representing your federation, playing a video game, how does that blow your mind? Because I remember as a kid, my mom would say, get off the sticks. You ain't going nowhere to that. And now you got a chance to literally make a living and represent your country. Like, how does that blow your mind?
Oh, again, without showing my age too much, the game has changed. You got to say thank you, federations. Thank you to FIBA for giving some of these young kids, some of them not so young, the chance to live out their dream. I've always thought, at least in 2023, where we're at, if you're the best at what you can do, there should be, ideally, an opportunity for you to express that. How many times have we heard players from around Europe so far today, and with goodness knows, we got so many more to come, say, thank you, eFIBA. We get a chance to show you how good we are, that I am good enough to do this for a living. We know that there's the audience to watch. We know that there's popularity all around the world. I'm excited to find more regions. Estonia, shout out, that I haven't prepped ideally enough for, that I've got to learn about their basketball culture.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to give some shout outs again, because you go to the eFIBA page when it comes to Instagram, and we had the Sweden Basketball Federation giving us a shout out. The Ital Basketball was posted, Ukraine, the UCBF official, Brazil, Uruguay, Argentina, Portugal, Albania, Germany, Great Britain. Just a few that have been reposting it, and I'm seeing the support they have for their players that are definitely wearing that flag and saying, yo, we're trying to go to Sweden. We're trying to show that we are the best in NBA 2K and definitely giving every country a run for their money. And I just want to say this as well. From today, you've been commentating for a long time. How do you like this new dynamic that we can bounce around games, get involved with the chat, and get to interviews? Like, how do you liking it?
I came from a very traditional broadcasting background, and it was very much, and you do the game, and you just say what happens in the game. Fam, I know there's a place for that, and if you like that, the good news is co-streaming options are available. If you want that, like linear calling, I have been, you don't know what time this was if you're watching on. If you knew what time it was, it would mean all the more. There was always something going on. There was a DM. There was something in the Twitch chat. Then we're voting for a game. Then we switch to another game. I think when we do have this massive global league, and we do, it's only right to show love to all these different nations. If there's an upset or just a really close game, maybe a highlight play, we should be flicking around. And Twitch chat, it's your league. You let us know, as always, what games you want to see. Maybe change to, what players you want to hear from. I've loved it. I've been up for it. When's the next one?
The next one is coming in a couple of days. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about season 3, but we're going to be all through October. Now, I haven't asked, what time is it where you're at? Because you're in Australia. So what time is it right now?
We're just hitting 7 a.m.
7 a.m. Oh, so you started like at 5 a.m.
No, about midnight. Fam, it's a global game. It's Europe. It's what we do. If you love basketball, you love 2K, you want to see a huncho string, you got to set the alarm and get up for it. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Crazy, crazy. So now, as we showed you the leaderboard when it came to every respectable federation in their group, seeing where they are with the points, we actually have the skill boosters now. But before we do that, we're going to show you what those skill boosters were. All right. So let's break it down right here. As you see, this is the skill booster. As you see, 111. This is insane. Why don't you break this down, Nate? Because I think some people really went off.
This is why we were saying, respectfully, you can't just worry about the W. It can look very different indeed. A recap, a reminder, being level on points is reflective of where you finished in your group. And then the skill boosters. Individual objectives, which were today scoring 100 points or more, conceding 30 or less, achieving a triple-double, or having an assist to points ratio of 35% or more, means you can get one for one of those skill booster objectives or 5 points for doing all 4 of them. It's going to change that leaderboard. It's going to give you plenty more to play for. We said it at the start, Vince. It's good to know some of the nations we're listing and good to see the likes of Austria, even if maybe results weren't so good, the skill boosters can change your game.
Skill boosters did to change the game, and shout out to, again, everyone still trying to get in, but respect to the countries that weren't able to advance because of what happened today. Because don't forget, everyone just played one time, and here it is: Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Cyprus, Lithuania, Sweden, Slovakia, Estonia, Montenegro, Austria, and Albania. Thank you so much for participating. Now we have the final leaderboard. I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to do a little bit of drum roll. Nate, let's take a look. Let's see who's leading the pack, and you're going to take it away.
And it means at the end of match day 1, Spain, Portugal, and look at that, the defending champs are there at 29 points. Greece, maybe they're coming out of nowhere. Belgium, did we talk about them enough on 25? Great Britain, as I feel like you say, Vince, every time, 22. Germany, Finland, Italy, France, Ukraine, Israel, Switzerland, Croatia. Down a little bit further than maybe we thought. Serbia, Cyprus, just there on page 1. Vince, the skill boosters, they really did change it up. We thought it might.
This is insane to see Croatia there, and also what they were leading their pack. Oh my God, because now I'm looking at it, Greece, France just got above Croatia, and as you can see, with those skill boosters, played a huge factor. Man, I can't wait to see what's going to happen in this Europe finals. All right, but here's the thing. There's a second page here. We got to give it to Poland, Luxembourg, Lithuania, Austria, Netherlands, Estonia, Sweden, Slovakia, Montenegro, and Albania. Again, participation is key. We're not going anywhere. All right, this is the second season, and I am praying, I'm not going to say this up, that there's going to be more, and there's going to be more countries. But to have 61 federations come together, 7 different regions, and this is just day 1, speaks volumes. Congratulations to everyone who is ahead in their respectable group. Now you're on your way of going to the finals for the Europe region, and then you still got to compete because it's going to be about 6 of y'all. In a sense, you can have a trip to Sweden and take home 50,000 euros. Absolutely insane. Nate, what can you say about today?
Well, we're thinking already about Sweden.
9. This is eFIBA Season 2. This is only the first day. Before we go, I want to let you know there's 7 regions. Today we had Europe. October 5th, South America, North America. The 10th, Middle East and Africa. October 12th, Southeast Asia. The 17th, we're coming back to Europe. 19th, South America, North America. The 24th, Oceania in Europe. 26th of October, Africa. 31st October, Europe. And then in November, it's a whole new schedule. And that's going to be Southeast Asia, Middle East on the 2nd, the 7th, Southeast Asia, Middle East, and Africa if they qualify. And then the 9th, Europe, South America, North America. These teams are competing to get a flight all the way in Jönköping, Sweden for 50,000 euros. Today was insane. I've been your host, Vince Chang, and that was the expert right there, Nate Patrick. We just want to say goodbye and tune in and follow all over on eFIBA_official on every single social media platform. You got anything to say to the viewers right now, Nate, to say goodbye?
Look, you had a little line that I see you meant to read out there that you're a bit too scared to, and I'm pretty happy that you're not, Vince. Don't say it, but my debut here, eFIBA Season 2 has been a delight. A shout out to anyone in the Twitch chat, shout out to the players.